grind, gotta get my doing my crime with two in here, steady stacking my ends, put my serve down on the clear 9-9.
How's it going today, everybody? There we go. I feel like this has a suitable Halloween spooky season vibe to it. Early Bone Thugs is good for that, I reckon. Let me check the Twitch is live too. Yeah, we should be good over here. There we go. We got our lovely orange lighting going. All right. My boy Skelly G is joining us once again. It has been a little minute since we've seen him. He's a little slumped over right now. Skelly G, how are we doing today, my man? How are we doing? It's to be expected. It's to be expected. And we got a little pumpkin with us. You know, orange lighting. Everything is it's all matching the theme. It's Hallow Stream Exactly Archive. And we are kicking it off with a stacked queue today, man. I said it in the live chat, you know, ahead of time, just to let people know if they were going to send anything in. We have 3 album length requests in there currently. One of them a pretty damn big one, from the movie Madman. I'm not sure what that album is going to be, but we're going to find out when we get around to it. We're kicking off with one from the archive, which is pretty long, and then we have one from Scarecrow later on as well. So yeah, it's going to be a hefty queue today and a fun spooky season stream. Obviously, you know, not all the requests are going to be within that particular Halloween or like spooky kind of theme, but I think there will be some in here, and that should be quite interesting. Skelly is off the purple drink. I know he's had a little bit too much, but I had to get him here on the stream, and I think he's comfortable now. You know, he should be okay. Glad I'm not the only person that decided to go all in for today's stream. Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy one, movie Madman. So yeah, I'm excited to get into this right here. It's gonna be a fun one, man. Let's see. Okay, so let me take the Spotify off the screen. Happy early Halloween to everybody, by the way. You know, I'm not gonna do a stream on that day, so this is kind of my Halloween stream building up to that. You know, one of these years I'm gonna do like I should stream, maybe just to like Twitch or something, but I should do like a little horror game stream or something like that. Considering how terrified I get by them, that could be pretty fun. You know, horror movies, I've got no problem. Horror series, love all that. But horror games, it's like a different type of scary when you're doing the controlling and you have to stay locked in and focused, you know? Thank you for that one, Will Anderson Edwards. I know you usually ask where you are in the queue. There's quite a few albums before your request today. Just letting you know. New Dave album is top 3 album of the year for me. Clipstone album of the year. I can't wait to check out that Dave album. I'll definitely do a reaction to that, I think, because, you know, it's been a long time since his last one, and I feel like Dave albums are always worthwhile to react to, so I'll definitely be checking that one out, Jeremy. I think it's going to be great. Still haven't listened to UI Scooty yet, Sawdust. You know, I'm a little bit behind, if you will, a little bit delayed on checking stuff out, but I'll get around to it. So with that being said, right here we have our first request from the archive. Now, might get a little bit of a spooky request here because the linked YouTube video, which is always related to the request in some way, is top 30 creepiest mysteries you've never heard of. Now, I want to do a little test. This is a Watch Mojo video. I want to see if I've heard of the first one. All right, we're going to see if this video title is true or not.
The screen suddenly went black.
Oh, and thank you for the member message there, Ash. I'll check that in a sec.
Then came back on with a new unruly presence. A man wearing a Max Headroom mask.
I mean,
to Watch Mojo.
Hold on, the Max Headroom one, everybody's heard of that one.
Looking at the strangest and most unsettling mysteries throughout history. Whether it's an unsolved murder, disappearance, cryptic text, or something even more chilling, all of these remain unsolved today.
At a loss, doctors dub the mysterious illness Havana Syndrome.
Heard of that one too.
Number 30, The Faces of Belmeth. It all began in 1971 when a woman claimed that a person's face appeared on her floor. Her family destroyed the image.
Okay, that one's sort of new to me. Okay, maybe Wash Mojo has the sauce on this one. There we go. Top 5 YouTubers who've sworn. Thank you for that member message right there, Ash. That is a classic video right there. Also, Jeremy Chronicles joined the Beginner Soldiers before the stream started today, so thank you for that as well.
Poppin' 2007 squad.
The Big L album coming Friday is a little bit of a disappointment in terms of track list. 90% of the content is already out. Really? Oh, so there's barely like anything technically new on their archive. I feel like most of it will be new, like to me personally, because I haven't really heard, you know, maybe much of like the unreleased stuff that's out there. But yeah, that is kind of disappointing, especially if people have sort of heard a lot of that stuff already. So let's open this Google Doc right here. Archive is saying turn forced dark mode off if possible, which I did before the stream. There are a few pageless documents here that have a feature crucial to this donation. Now, Archive also let me know on Discord that the pageless like thing on Google Docs, oh, the messages disappeared here, but it's something to do with drop-down menus. So I'm curious how this is going to play into it. Let's open the Google Docky and see what we got going right here. There's 2 Google Docs within the Google Doc. Hold up. So, here we are, a few days away from Halloween. Yes, indeed, favorite time of the year. So, in the spirit of Halloween, and my birthday, not today, but on Friday. Friday's like on Halloween, right? Hey, happy early birthday, Archive. I want to play a little game, a little bit jigsaw here, just a small game, but it will set the tone for the rest of this stream. You have 2 choices. They could both be really good. They could both be bad. One could be good. One could be bad. Who knows? Okay. So I got a choice for Google Docs here. Do I pick 1 or 2, ladies and gentlemen? Do I pick number 1 or number 2? Oh, hell yeah, that sounds great, Amy. I'll definitely be checking that out. And early happy birthday to you as well. Just saw that message right now, but early happy birthday right there. I think, I'm going to go for, let's go for Google Doc number 2. Number 2, let's do it. Okay. Mystery donation number 2. I'm feeling a little bit of the fear, so it's working Halloween-y in that sense. Wait, why is this one still showing dark mode for me when I have it turned off? Maybe it's like a Google settings thing. Did they think this through? Hold on. Oh wait, it still kind of works. The drop downs still work. The background is black, but the drop down still seems to work. So we should be good. Oh, set the page of the document to black. Okay, that tripped me up a little bit there, but we are all good here. We are all good here. So we've opened Google Doc number 2. We're gonna see what's happening within this one. Here is donation. Here is donation 1, Spooky I Know. You don't know what you are getting into here. It could be a fan-made Vultures 3. It could be my rendition of what 2019 WLR could have sounded like. Could be just one of your paid request streams cut up into different files. Who knows? Okay. Okay, well, we're about to find out what we're going to get right here. Let's find out. So we have these as drop downs. So do I do it track by track? I see there's a reveal at the bottom. Do we just do it in the order that they are here? I wish more things had like gray mode. I don't like things being purely dark. You know what? That's honestly a decent idea, I think. I think gray mode could be nice. It's a little bit of a mix, you know? Darker, but not fully dark. We should talk to someone about this. We got to see what Google had to say about this. So let's see what track 1 says right here. Okay. Okay, this could be good, I think. Okay. Oh, wait, so where do I have the link for these? Is this, is the untitled link in here? Because I can't, yeah, untitled link. I don't see a link for the music in here. Hold on. Okay, thank you, Archive. This looks like it might be, well, it could be good or bad. I don't know how this is gonna, this is gonna turn out. We shall find out, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just open up Discord, and we'll get the music link here. Instructions unclear. CDTV sawed his legs off in true Halloween fashion. All right, we got to go all the way for the bit. That's what we call commitment. There we go. Got the untitled link right here. Perfect. So, let's open this up. Thank you for that, Archive. Click to open. Okay. Mystery donation number 2. And it is all very mystery titled right here. So, it's 31 minutes, 31 seconds in length. Well, I can't really put the titles on screen, I guess. Well, I'll just put Mystery Track 1, I guess. That's what we'll do. Mystery Track number 1. There we go. There we go. It snaps to it. Nice. Yeah, we did do a little bit of an early start today, so yeah, I figured I could start a little bit early. So yeah, we did a wee bit of an early one, starting at 12 p.m. today instead of the usual 1/1:30. Nothing scarier than the unknown. You're right about it, Movie Madman. So we'll begin it. Don't drop the menu until after you finish the track. More spooky that way. Well, let's get started with track number 1 in Archive's mystery donation to kick off the stream for today. Let's hear it. It's loading. It's loading very slowly, adding more mystery and suspense. Untitled is not usually this slow. They're really trying to spook me right here. It's like really slow today. I really expected it to start playing by now, but it's not going. Let me refresh Untitled. Man, it does not want to play this track. What is going on? Now track 1 is not even playing. Huh. Is this an Untitled issue? There's got to be something I can do here. Does track 2 work? This might... Okay, track 2 works. Track 1, it shows me the waveform, but it doesn't play. This is an odd one. So the other tracks do play. Nope. Okay then. Untitled is just being silly. Now it's playing. Track 1. Mystery track 1. Let's go. I recognize that. What is that one? Recognize that little sample chop.
Break in, they ain't let us in. We pass on the settlement.
Okay, we're gonna see how this is gonna go.
I don't recommend. We pass what they expected, man. I go where they never can.
Hey, how's it going, Jake?
I float, I don't never land. When it's dark, you don't know where you going. Need a light bearer to lead you home. I go where they never can.
Oh no, it's AI Kanye. That is very spooky if you ask me.
When it's dark, you don't know where you going.
Is this is one of the ones that...
Light 'em up, beat me up.
Really, the better of the 2 options. Okay.
They switch sides, I seen it coming. The plot twist, a convenient one. Look, nobody finna extort me.
Is
even
this...
when they record me, I'ma keep it more G.
The Preacher Man one.
Hand me a drink, fly, get more deep.
Oops,
she hates sports, but she watch it from the floor seats. I hate that guy didn't make a couple more of me. And all my haters in the chords at the coordinate. They imitate the sound, call it forgery. What we doing is more important, more importantly. Look where we made
Oh, I didn't do the chop there.
Made love that's unmakeable, bonds that's unbreakable. Broke rules and bent corners and hopes of breaking through. Basically, went out my way to make a way for you. Basically, we...
Imagine how much better this would sound if it didn't have the AI sort of like choppiness to the vocals. It would sound closer to like a a true Kanye song, you know?
Finna take them high places through it. Way improved it like a beta. We
I'm
gon'
so
stay
curious
improving.
about what the other
This
option
latest
was now,
on the
Archive.
illuminate
Should I
the way
check
we moving.
after this
Trusting
request,
me, we
or
going God mode, the
should I
streets
leave it in
proven.
case it's a
Light 'em
future
up.
request?
Beat me up, the only goat, the chance one. They switching sides, I seen it coming. The plot twist, I prevented.
I walk up to the preacher man just to pick your lovely hand and give to you. I give to you.
It's yay I.
And I walk up to the preacher man just to pick your lovely hand.
It sounds so much better.
To you.
Assuming those are AI vocals, they very much sound like it.
And
I've lost track of what is and isn't AI with Kanye.
I walk up to the preacher man
It's about time someone sent us some Dax. Hold up.
and give to you.
Halloween will get real spooky.
I walk up to the preacher man.
It will be a future one, but you can check. Oh, that's ominous. It's like I can see what the future holds for me. Oh man. Oh, accidentally clicked way down on track 9 there. I was trying to click the pause button, but clearly my aim was off. That would sound so much better with genuine vocals on there, man. What's sad is that this sounds better than 90% of the Vultures albums. I would agree with you from a production angle. So I've talked about this track before, Preacher Man. I think I specifically said how I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about how it's like a masterful beat and Kanye should just be producing now. I think it's like a pretty great beat. I wouldn't say it's like an absolute all-timer, but it is pretty nice, like sample chopping. It's pretty fun production-wise. It would just be so much nicer with genuine vocals over it, because I'm pretty sure that's yay I on this one. Because, you know, with a genuine yay verse, this would sound so much cleaner. It would give the track a solid, like, it sounds solid, like, I think, lyrically, unless I'm missing anything there, you know, in terms of being, like, Kanye lyrics and having that sort of just signature style to it. But because of the AI vocals, it just sounds a bit shifty. The beat is good and feels like classic Kanye. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You can just hear like the weird AI fuzziness. It's off-putting, you know? Yeah, I am curious to see what the other doc is, Archive. Should I check it just now? Or should I check it after this one? Or does it really matter? I guess I could do it whenever, whatever you think would be best. So let's do the drop down for that one real quick. Track 1 in here was Preacher Man, produced by Kanye West. All of these are going to be a surprise. Archive has drop downs within the Google Docs so that, you know, I can see the info after I've heard them. Ye initially showed himself chopping the sample for this song on September 23rd, 2024, crafting the first version of the beat. The beat was sent to Drake, but he rejected it. 2024 Drake over that beat? Could have turned out nice, possibly. So Ye took it back for himself. Quentin Miller would record a reference track for the song, which is likely the version that was fed through an AI filter to make later versions. Young Moose, the legend, would later record punch-in vocals that would also be fed through an AI filter to make lyric changes. The track officially released on DSPs on June 20th, 2025, with one real lyric added to the song. One real lyric? That's all you get. After is better? Okay, I could do after for sure. Regardless of all the alt-right stuff, it's wild how much Kanye fell off creative-wise. It is sort of like a, you know, a nosedive in every aspect of, I guess, his publicly facing life. It's kind of, it all coincided in an insane way. I thought Ye couldn't even think of a Drake line. You see, that's why he sent him the beat, Alex. Because if he laid down those, you know, those lyrics over this new Kanye beat, then he'll remember it. He was trying to memorize those Drake lines. So let's see what we get up into track number 2 right here. First one wasn't necessarily something we haven't heard before, so I'm curious to see if the rest of this is continuing a bit of a Kanye theme. Thank you for that one, Vault Music 1. Much appreciated. I have no clue how long this queue is going to be by the end of it, by the way. I am very bad at estimating queue length when there's multiple album length requests in there, but fuck it, we're just going to wing it, see how it goes. So track number 2, let's see if we continue this Kanye potentially yay theme. We'll see. Archive did say that this is the better of the two options that we chose here, so we'll see if there's some gems in here. I forgot to rate this one. It's like a 4 because the vocals drag it down so heavily, but it could be with a genuine verse, like it would get a proper positive rating. The fuck was that? Something just fell off my desk. I don't know what it was, but it was the ghosts. It was the evil spirit of the AI haunting us. So it wants us to keep listening. Let's keep pushing forward, all right?
It's been a long time coming.
Okay.
Fresh new tires, I'm still running.
Payment isn't going through, it's claiming unusual activity. They don't want to see me win, pay me.
But the check still clear, still think about it every night and day to try to stay away to keep my heart. Yeah, so don't take this disrespect. I'm sitting here trying to redirect up. Think about it every night and day to try to stay away to keep my heart. Yeah, so don't take this disrespect.
Don't pay him. Yeah. I guess so.
It's been a long time coming. Fresh new tires, I'm still running.
You know what annoys me about this one straight away? Because of like how aware I am of all the Kanye AI stuff at the moment, this has a nice sound to it, but I don't know how much credit to give it, because immediately I have those doubts that the vocals are genuine, which is a shame because the beat sounds really nice here. The vocals, like the actual idea of the vocals fit well with it, but I don't know how much actual credit to give to them.
I'm overcoming. When the check still clear, still think about it every night and day to try to stay away to keep my heart. Yeah, so don't take this disrespect. I'm sitting here trying to redirect up. Think about it every night and day to try to stay away to keep my heart. Yeah, so don't take this disrespect. I'm still here in the trifecta.
It's a very nice instrumental. It's the only good Bully song so far. I mean, we'll see what Archive has to say in the drop down. I'm gonna have my AI suspicions for pretty much all of these. Because sometimes it can be a little harder to tell. I do feel like that one was maybe slightly harder to tell, and it's going to look very silly if I'm wrong here, but I feel like, all right, just going fully off of intuition here and initial impressions, I feel like it still had that sort of slight roboticness that AI vocals do, where it just, you know, it kind of works, but it doesn't quite sound right. There's just a little something missing and it sounds a little flat. I feel like that had something going on right there. Let's see. If these vocals are AI filtered, then they've gotten better at them. I remember that one Vultures 2 song where Kanye's voice was glitching out. Yeah, that was so funny. What was that on? Was it on 530? Was that the one where the vocals just glitched like crazy and it sounded terrible? It was so weird. Or no, Sky City, right? I mean, I guess a bit of both. But, yeah, Sky City was the one where the vocals just clipped like crazy. Yeah. I guess my brain is trying to erase my memory of it, but that's right. So this was Beauty and the Beast, produced by Kanye West. Is this one of the ones that was on... I've seen the names of the ones that are on Spotify, but I haven't actually listened to most of them. Beauty and the Beast was initially made during the Donda sessions, which was scrapped and left unfinished. Ye would finish the hook and get Bell Black to record a reference track for the song. Bell likely wrote everything besides the hook. Both the reference vocals and the hook would be ran through an AI filter. Come on, man. Consequence recorded a reference track for the song, but it went completely unused. Bad luck, Consequence, I guess. The song would first be released on February 9th, 2025 with new production, which would then be stripped back. The song released on DSPs on June 20th, 2025. Same release date as Preacher Man. So yeah, there we go. That is pretty much confirmed as AI right here. Always wanted to know, does Biggie have a big house? So there we go. It's one of those things, it's like, it sounds nice. It's a good idea for a track. The beat was really cool. The beat was nice. It was sweet. But you just get that soul-crushing AI sense, and it's been confirmed right there. You know, that one was a little bit more subtle in a way, but it still has a little bit of that, you know. Hey, I guess we were right on this one, so let's go right on the money. Come on now. This is the saddest right on the money of my life. You know? Even sadder, like, last week was the Tom McDonald one right on the money, where I guessed what the song would be talking about. It's a very easy game to do at this point. But here I'm sad that it was some AI vocals, you know? So let's see what we're getting on track number 3. I'm sensing a bit of a pattern here off of the first 2 songs. So I would presume that's going to continue going forward. That might be the whole theme for this pack right here. Mystery track number 3.
I wish feeling never comes. I wish feeling never comes. I wish feeling never comes. I wish
Feeling never
feeling
comes.
never comes. Damn,
Poor guy.
damn, damn. Did I ruin your plans? Plans, plans. Well, that's the way I am. Gave it all I had. My feelings
Hey, how's it going,
are
Oscar?
the facts of it. It's more of me to navigate. Pray we never crash, crash, crash. Today will always last. We're the ones that pass away. So baby, did you laugh today? This one's for the path we take.
This one's got to be AI, right, as well? Because there's just that general crackliness around the vocals. One of these ones I'm going to be wrong on, but we'll see.
Magic hourglass. At least I gave you that. Damn, damn, damn. Did
Gaming's all I
ruin your
had.
plans?
I guess he's a real gamer, see it.
Plans. Well, that's the way I am. Gaming all I had. My feelings are the
Yeah,
facts
gaming's
of
all I
it.
had.
It's more of me to navigate. Pray we never crash, crash,
Crash.
Today will always last. We're the ones
Perhaps.
that pass away. So
Crash
baby,
Bandicoot
did you
reference.
laugh
This is
today?
gaming
This
song.
one's for the path we take. Magic hourglass. At least I gave you that. Damn, damn,
Damn.
Did I ruin
My guess
your plans?
is this one going to be code?
Plans. Well, that's
I don't actually know the name. My guess was going to be Crash. I don't think it's called that. Going for the easiest choice there. My feelings are the facts of it. Nice.
Crash, crash, crash. Today will always last. We're the ones that pass away. So baby, did you laugh today? This one's for the path we take. Magic hourglass. At least I gave you that.
So this one was going a bit more stripped back. Let me see. No, the title of it is Damn. It was just one word. I was close. My guess was either going to be Damn or Crash. But at least in the Google Doc here, it's labeled as being Damn. Damn. His crackly vocal fry is so unpleasant to listen to, especially when it might be mixed with, might be, well, created by AI right here in terms of replicating his voice. But we'll see. We'll see. It is interesting how it works, because that is almost like a Kanye style of singing with that sort of like high-pitched crackliness to it. So like, I don't know, replicating that with technology is interesting, even if it's, not the best thing. It could be like the fact that the song isn't in super high quality as well that makes it sound a bit dusty. But let's see the background info here. Damn, produced by Kanye West and question mark. Damn is a song Ye made in 2025 and uses no AI vocals.
My feelings are the facts of it. It's more of me to navigate. Pray we never crash, crash, crash.
Nah, this is crazy. Hey, thank you, Ball GNG. Much appreciated, man. No AI vocals. See, now, this is the exhausting thing about current Kanye music. It's like a guessing game. You know, it's not even about the music itself anymore. It's about guessing if the vocals are genuine or not. No AI vocals. Hassan Kafaf recorded a reference track for the song, which was likely used as the basis for Ye's finished version. The track was released on DSPs on June 20th, 2025. I guess this one was just a scuffed quality and, you know, maybe like some like vocal effects, some vocal processing that just made it sound that way. Okay. Damn, maybe this shit is getting harder to detect. Or maybe Kanye is sounding more like a robot. I don't know which way it goes. Interesting. Well, this is gonna be an intriguing one. I don't know what to believe anymore. I do think the crackly noise is a processing issue still, but I guess not AI. Yeah, I guess that's what's going on. So that trash singing was at least the real. Well, you know, I appreciate the fact that there are genuine vocals in this one, it would seem. Unfortunately, like in terms of, let's imagine all three of them were real vocals so far. I think that would be the weakest one that we just heard right here. I do think the sort of like ideas for the tracks, Beauty and the Beast and Preacher Man, are better. They're just ruined by, you know, AI vocals. This one doesn't have AI vocals, but I feel like it's overall weaker in terms of what it's composed of, if that makes sense. Which is a shame, you know. I will give it credit for having genuine vocals on it. I just think the singing wasn't so great. The beat was super toned down for all of it. Not my favorite kind of song. But I'm still going to give it a similar or higher rating to the previous two because they were dragged down so heavily. Here, like, the first two would be like 7+ on the rating scale if they were real vocals. This one, I'll give it like a 5. It's underwhelming. I don't think it's terrible, but it's pretty lackluster. The singing isn't great. At least it's genuine. Yeah, CDTV gambled and lost it all after winning big. I need a sound effect for when I lose my predictions. You know, I got my right on the money soundbite, but I don't have anything else really that kind of represents a loss, you know? I mean, this is the closest I can get is a...
Ballin', but at what cost?
I mean, because we were balling, but we lost the ability to ball. We unballed, all right? So, Ye just uses shitty mics now. You know, it makes this a really tricky sort of guessing game archive. Because, like, before there would be such a clear difference, I feel like, between AI vocals and an actual genuine take. With these, it's getting a bit harder to tell now. Is it a hot take to say Yeezus is better than MBDTF, by the way? Because after hearing both, that's how I'm feeling. I could see the argument for it. I could definitely see the argument for it. I think My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is definitely top 3 for me, but Yeezus is probably up there in that top 3 as well. So I could see them, like, you know, it's not a ranking that I would be mad at, you know. A lot of people would say it's a hot take, but I think it's justified, you know. I think Yeezus is a very defined and really cool album. So let's see what we're going to get on the next one we got right here. Track 4, Mystery Track 4. The gloves are off. I don't know what to expect now.
At least I gave you that.
Bésame, mamá, como tú sabes, déjame, mamá. Como te gusta a ti, bésame mamá. Como tú sabes, déjame mamá. Como te gusta a ti.
Te doy hasta mi último.
Hey, yo.
Let's spread away me ID. I give you my everything, sin problemas. Noche tras noche alegado.
Meet Your Padre, yeah, edition, no way.
Say as you want, take my last breath away. Say lo que has dicho no
There's
es
no
cierto.
way. I know he wanted a Drake feature for this one.
No quiero pelear, tú dale. Take my last breath away.
Bésame mamá. Como tú sabes.
The bass line here is really cool.
Como te gusta a ti, bésame mamá. Como tú sabes, déjame mamá.
Man.
Como te gusta a ti.
Cambia tu tono, no te olvides que yo
This is
te
such
di
a
todo.
interesting
Todas las
bag.
nuevas fotos, no vienen you que loco. Todas las noches que lloras, que estando estas horas, con toda la escuadra que tú traes. Okay, you win, bitch, you're right.
As a Hispanic person, I feel shocked and disturbed, quite frankly. How's his enunciation, Movie Madman? No, we need to figure out if this is genuine or not. Okay, I know I've not been winning the bets lately. Or, well, I didn't win my last one. My bet is going to be that this is a genuine vocal take. We'll see.
Taking my breath away.
Bésame mamá. Como tú sabes, déjame mamá. Como te gusta a ti, bésame mamá.
I like the bass line on this. I think it's an interesting idea.
Como te gusta a ti.
Like you know me, but you'll never control me. Like you know me, but you'll never control me.
Interesting. There are points where I don't mention it, but unless otherwise mentioned in the doc, the vocals are AI. Okay. That's got me a little bit worried that I was wrong on this one, but we shall see. At this point, I'm just guessing, you know, because I don't feel like I can fully tell anymore. At least not with these specific tracks. This one, it felt quite stripped back. It felt like one of those ones that I would describe as being more of an idea for a song than something that was fully completed. I guess we'll find out if this is, you know, supposed to be the final version in the backdrop that Archive gives us for the track. Let's see. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I actually prefer Meet Your Padre. Ooh, it's a really bad song, but it is more of a complete feeling song than this one. So yeah, it's a no contest right now as of this moment. So this was Last Breath, produced by Kanye West. Last Breath was fully made in the Bully Sessions, with Ty Dolla $ign likely being the person to record the reference track that was ran through an AI filter. Peso Pluma would be added to the song later and did the hook and part of a verse, but was removed off the final version. So there was a final version. The song was initially released on June 26th, 2025, but was taken down shortly after. The song would be put back up on streaming on July 3rd, 2025, with some additional lines added on. Okay, so this was, I guess, a completed idea for a song. It sounded pretty, like, bare bones. And, you know, outside of the sort of, like, funniness of, you know, the Meet Your Padre comparison, Kanye doing his, you know, his best Spanish on here. It's not very interesting, is it? It's not a very interesting track. Probably give this one... See, there were parts of the production that were cool. I really liked that bass line. The horns were pretty cool. The sample was actually quite nice as well. If there's one thing that's been quite common throughout these tracks, I feel like anytime they've used samples, it's been pretty effective. Maybe a 5 or just below that for this one. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Obviously, this one did have, AI vocals again. So that holds it back in certain ways. But even then, it's one of those ones where I feel like the core track isn't anything too spectacular necessarily. The sample is better than the actual vocals. Fair take, I'd say. Fair take. I feel like people don't talk enough about how lucky we are that Ye lost the plot at the same time he started making crappy music. Yeah, it's kind of seemed to go down in tandem. Like, if his music was still great, it would be way worse. And if he was fine mentally but making music like this, it would be even more disappointing. Yeah, I guess you're right there. Yeah. Oh, God. It's true. So let's see what we're going to get on mystery track number 5 right here. Yeah, I'm assuming we got a full Kanye pack right here that seems to be quite Billy focused so far with these first few. As far as what I know about Bully, I believe these tracks were all sort of released under that umbrella. So let's see what we get on track number 5. Oh. This is an odd one. Bro, at the start, like the way that was like kind of choppy, it sounded like Vocaloid Kanye.
You're losing, you're losing, you're losing, you're losing your mind. Hey,
I didn't catch a word in that first half. I mean, you're both Albanies. That's a cool little bit of an instrumental right there. But what the hell is happening over it? This is Radio Yay. No way this is AI. It has to be, surely. Oh, what is this, a cover of, Jake? I'm not familiar with the original here. I mean, yeah, I like the bass line and the drums. But what is going on with the vocals? Hey, how's it going, Killjoy? Good to see you over on the Twitch side of things. Twitch empty as hell today, but it's all good. It's just there for a little extra, a little multi-stream. I do like the beat. The vocals are horrible. Oh, it's a cover of a song from the early 70s. Really interesting. Hold on. He was so quiet against the beat there. Boom, 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 boom. So it's time to spam, you see? Hey, go for a Killjoy. Bring in that spam. We'll fill out the chat. We gotta see more purple over here. Alright, so that was Mystery Track 5, right? What a strange one. The instrumental had a lot of cool moments. I like the bass line in there. The drums were really cool. The vocals were pretty horrific. super high pitched, weirdly choppy. Like, if you told me that was Vocaloid Kanye West, I would believe that. So let's see what Archive has to say for this one. It's called Losing Your Mind. That's what he was saying in there. Produced by Kanye West and Israel with a 1. Losing Your Mind was fully made during the Bully sessions and has Ye AI vocals doing a cover of both Vitamin C by Ken and Losing Your Mind by Rory. Derek Milano recorded a reference track for the song, which was just covering the same songs. That version was ran through an AI filter for the released version. The song released on June 26, 2025, but was taken down shortly after. That seems to be a bit of a pattern here. The song will be put back up on streaming on July 3rd, 2025, with a different AI model being used for the vocals. We're tweaking the AI, apparently. Oh yeah, we're still on the first request here, Scarecrow. We're still on the first one. Yeah, this right here, this was pretty bad. I think an interesting thing, so these all seem to be Bully related, right? And I'm assuming that'll be a theme for probably the entire pack now that we're 5 tracks deep. What seems to be going on with these is that for the most part they seem to have really cool instrumentals, but the vocals are all either AI or not good if they're genuine vocals. And it's really weird because, like, instrumentally I feel like this has all been like relatively solid, pretty sharp even. You know, it's got some cool production work, but then the stuff that's going over the top of it is just like genuinely bad. This one is maybe like it's like a 4. I thought the instrumental was really cool at some points, but the vocals just like detracted from it so bad. We got the AI factor in here once again. Alex is saying if Kanye rapped here, it would be significantly better, and that's something I got to agree with. Imagine a rap verse over those drums, especially. I need to turn my audio interface up. It's been way too quiet this whole time, I think. I turned it down for when I was recording my most recent video, which will be coming out in the next few days. It's going to be a banger. Not Halloween related. I don't have a Halloween video prepared, sadly, but maybe I could put something together. Maybe even a little bit of a late upload. But yeah, what was I saying? They're just weird. I'll give it like a 4 right now, yeah. Just imagine a rap verse from Prime Kanye over those drums, man. That'd be so good. It is not our worst rappers in the game for the next video, Sawdust, but yeah, I need to do another one real soon, because the Dax one, time fucking flies, man. The Dax one in November will be uploaded 3 months ago. Are you serious? Bruh. Because I put that out 1st of August, I think. So long ago. It doesn't feel like that long. But yeah, I'll get to work on another one real soon. So, let's see what we're going to get hopping on to mystery track number 6. Almost at the halfway point here. Highs and lows.
I put you through a lot, I know. Highs and lows. Stinging never let me go. Ain't nobody bigger than a program. Till you bigger than a program. Climax fast, so it's slow jam. Toxic love, chemical romance. You said I love you and I love you back. Before I break out, I have a heart attack. We separated, but we made it back. Okay, I'm gonna throw out a guess right here. If we got this one on the money, then it's a big win. Okay, it's a complete shot in the wind here, but the vocal melodies here reminded me of him a little bit. It's maybe a bit of a safe guess, honestly, for what a Ye reference track could be. My guess is that this one is AI, and my big guess, all right, the little double here, a little bit of an accumulator, if you will. I don't know if 2 bets is an accumulator or if it's 3, but that's not the point. Ty Dolla $ign is my guess for the reference here, if that is the case. We'll see. But are they just genuine shitty Ye vocals? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Still you never let me go. Don't let me go. Don't let me go.
Felt like there was a bit of a switch there in the vocals.
Still you never let me go. Don't let me go. Don't let me go. Still you never let me go.
We need West Side Gun to curate Kanye's next album. Hey, might turn out well. But then again, you still need the, you know, the material to be curated. Okay, I mean, a nice dramatic beat on that one. I want to see if my prediction is right, though. This one I'm not sure, because it might be one of those ones that's not AI. I don't know how well AI does when it's that, like, higher-pitched Kanye singing, but let's see. Let's see. Archive is saying for this one, this was Highs and Lows, produced by Kanye West. Highs and Lows was fully made during the Bully sessions. It's unknown whose vocals were ran through an AI filter to generate the vocals for this song. No! The bet is unknown at this point. There were moments that sounded Ty Dolla $ign-esque to me, just in terms of, like, the kind of melodies that he does, but I guess it's unknown. We don't know. So this one's up in the air. The money is in limbo. This track became a fan favorite snippet for the album. The track in 2024 featured a sample from Soleil Soleil by Palm, but that would be removed after they said they would sue if their song was sampled. The production would be reworked in 2025 to remove the sample. New real iPhone vocals would be added to the outro. Was that the bit where you could hear like a clear shift in the vocals? There was one section where it became like clearer. Where was it? You go from where was it? I can't remember where it was, but there was a bit where the vocals, it felt like there was a little switch in the quality. But yeah, for this one right here, Highs and Lows, I like the dramatic sound to the production. Once again, I feel like the production for these tracks have been pretty cool. Release these as like you know, instrumentals. I'd have a decent enough time listening to them. And if this was a version without the sample, I think it sounded pretty cool considering, you know, it had something removed from it. I still think it worked. The vocals, it's like similar feelings to the rest of them so far. I think I'll give this one another 5. It also doesn't feel fully fleshed out once again, you know? Mid. For all I know, if it's, you know, if it is AI at the first part, it could be a reference from someone I don't even know the name of. New Football Manager in 5 days. Ooh, exciting. Hopefully it's going to be a good one, Killjoy. We'll see if that can be the one that I sink all my time into, you know? So, let's see what we're getting. Hopping on to the next one, sort of past the halfway point here. Track number 7. Let's see where the mystery continues. Okay.
Sometimes I'm alone by myself, yeah. Don't feel at home by myself, yeah. It ain't the same feeling with somebody else. Feel like a clone of myself, yeah. See, I ain't gotta lie.
I say I feel like a clone of myself.
But I tell the truth about everything.
He might be. Kanye West clone theory.
Yeah, I tell the truth about everything. And time, you tell me the way you feel.
Okay.
I fly above the fields. Why I'm still.
This is Def AI. If I'm wrong, I'll eat a shoe. We'll find out, Movie Madman. Get those shoes ready.
Close to you, all that we've been through. We kept this here together.
This is like 808s and ear brakes. Is that a sample in the background? That sounds so weird.
every time that you're there.
These tracks are so bizarre. A little bit of I Feel Fantastic vibes here. Bro took the walk to Poland. I'm gonna send like a broken record by the end of this, alright? Kinda interesting instrumental. Cool little vibe to it right there. Almost gave me a bit of that sort of like 808s and Heartbreak, sort of like coldness to it, kind of reflecting that empty feeling, which was kind of cool. Vocals, a little bit shaky, but I've got the solution. We've got quite a simple solution for these tracks. I think all we need to do to fix these is invent time travel. That's the first step. Step number one, nice and easy. We go back in time. We give these beats to Prime Kanye. We even give like the full tracks, you know, all the stems and everything. And then he can rework them into full, fleshed out pieces of work that sound great. That's the simple 2 steps really to fix these tracks. We just need to invent time travel first. I think that would, you know, all the stuff in here, I think if a heavy amount of work was done on them, they could be turned into something cool, because like the foundation of them, which you begin with, I guess, the production, is cool. It could be made into something really interesting. But that's not necessarily being done. You know, this one, I guess, attempted to put a bit more emotion into there with the lyrics and, you know, kind of match that cold, empty vibe of the production. It just had a kind of a weird vibe going on throughout it. But yeah, if we got like heavy reworkings of these, they could be cool songs. You know, we just need to take it back to the drawing board and do a whole lot of drawing. So let's see what Archive has to say on this one. This is called White Lines, produced by Kanye West. Again, he's done like pretty much all of the production on these, most of them by himself. White Lines was fully made within the Bully sessions. It's unknown whose vocals were ran through an AI filter to generate the vocals for this song. Ty Dolla $ign recorded a reference track for this song, although it was never used. The only thing to change from the initial Bully versions and the leaked copy is production. There we go. This is one, I thought the instrumental was very cool. Again, these are all like on the way to being, you know, a final song, but they're not quite there yet. I feel like, despite being, you know, sort of considered as the final versions. There's 13 tracks in this sesh, and then let's see. Then we got a song, and then we got the movie Mad Men's album request right after that. Stacked it early in the queue. Hey yo, I Am Jace fell off hard after that disaster of an award show performance. You know what? You're right. He fucked that all up for everybody. He messed that all up real bad. The opinions on the beta for Football Manager range between it's a complete shit show and it's acceptable, but a lot of fixing needs to be done. Oof. Well, that's how you like to come straight out the gate. I didn't touch the beta, but I already bought the game, so I should be back with the results on the next stream. Okay. Borderlands 4. I'll probably wait for a hefty sale before I get it, but, you know, I still have the other, you know, previous 2 games in that franchise to complete first, so I should probably do that first. How long is the other album? It looks like a lengthy one. Is what I'll say. Let me do the math. Let me crunch the numbers. Let me crunch the numbers for you real quick. It's the longest one in the queue. Let's see. Oh, that's not the right numbers. Hold on. Woo! Hour 16. My God. That is a lengthy one. Also, I got the battery replaced in my phone recently. Oh, what a wonderful thing to do. If you've got like an old iPhone, take the battery to get it replaced if it's running like shit. It'll help so much. And, you know, it's cheaper, obviously, like way cheaper than buying a new phone. So I could 100% recommend it. It seems to be running smoothly again. I don't get a bunch of weird stuttering issues. It hasn't froze up. So, you know, hopefully it stays that way. So let's see what we're going to get hopping into our next one right here. Mystery track number 8. Was that fucking, what's his name? What was his name? Nelson? Oh, by the way, real quick, to get back to you on that Scorpo, mine said that as well. My iPhone says service when I go to see battery health, so I got to get that swap soon. I'd 100% recommend it. Mine said that too. The maximum capacity for mine was 70%, which, you know, doesn't sound too low, but, you know, that's at the point you want to get it fixed. Honestly, you're probably not far off with that, Sia. That's gotta be AI.
Till the morning, is this what you wanted? Serotonin, do you want it? Do you want it? Get it dark outside.
My bet here, the name of the song is Serotonin. Come on, I'm chasing that win. We need another win. These vocals feel so weird against this beat. The beat feels weirdly kind of static as well. Berlin's for his fire. That's what I like to hear. Hell yeah. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. NF has officially announced new music. I mean, I'll be checking it out, Ashem. I'll see what's going on with it for sure. Sounds like Love Lockdown got crushed in a trash compactor. Amazing. Okay, so some interesting stuff in the beat there. There was something about that production that felt quite samey all throughout, I guess, that kind of, you know, maybe held it back a little bit for me. Oh, I need that adapter, actually. Let me move that over here. There we go. Was looking for one of those. Perfect. The vocals mixed really weirdly with the beat, though. Like, not just in terms of maybe, like, there being an AI filter there, which there probably was. That's my assumption. But, you know, the actual, like, core melody of the vocals felt quite strange against this beat, and I felt like they just clashed a little bit. It felt a little awkward, a little uncomfortable. Yeah, not one I'm a big fan of once again. Guess for the name is Serotonin. We gotta get the big win, alright? Fuck! It's called Bully! He didn't say Bully in there, I don't think anyway. Produced by Kanye West. Bully was fully made within the Bully sessions. Tish Hyman's reference track for the song was fed through the AI filter to make this track. The only difference between the initial versions and the leaked copy is production. Interesting. So that was it's kind of interesting. I wonder like what effect that would have, if any, on how the AI filter sounds, like having, you know, someone of the opposite sex make the reference track. I'm assuming Tish Hyman. I'm assuming that's a woman. Let's see. I wonder if that has any effect over the vocal filter, because obviously, like, there would maybe be like a difference in the vocal tone there, generally. And I wonder if that would change how it kind of works, filtering it through an AI filter. Maybe that's what sounded a bit uncanny about this one, outside of the general AI-ness, but not too sure. A beat this frantic and eerie does not call for a whiny delivery. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, Alex. The vocals felt like a mismatch with this kind of production. There was something a little spooky going on there with the strings, darker tones to it, and yeah, it'd be nice if there was a vocal performance over that kind of matched with it. I'll give that one a... Ooh, this is like there's a real theme here of 4s and 5s going around. No, we got the stream boost spam. Damn it. Let's see if that is hidden over on the Twitch chat. Even if it gets hidden on the Twitch chat, it sometimes shows up on the joint chat. Yeah, we got banned that. Hold on. Where's the username? In the Twitch chat, we got Killjoy and a spammer. Not gonna lie, I don't hate the beat, but it's not a Kanye beat. Give that beat to Billy Woods or David Diggs, and I think there might be something happening there. That could be quite cool, you know? Something that matches the ominous energy right there. So let's see what we're gonna get on the next one. Mystery track number 9. Let's go. I need to check after this what the other pack was gonna be, because remember, Archive said this was the better option out of the two, because at least we have co-production throughout this.
Whole lot, how can these things? Whole lot,
oh,
how that issues? Whole lot, homie shit. Whole lot, hitting these one.
Another one with a cool recognizable sample.
Circles, 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 circles. Circles, 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 circles.
Same sample used in One Beer and Odd Toddlers by Tyler.
She doing it right to keep me up. Staying the night with the snow.
Okay, that's gotta be AI. Like, Kanye does not sing like that. Hold on. That is not what his voice sounds like. Hey, how's it going, Nana? It's good to see you here, man. Ruining this sample with AI, yeah. Okay, my guess for this one is the track title is Circles. Come on. It's gotta be Circles. We need to win. Another bet. Oh yeah. I am a bit of a sucker for this sample. I can't fully disagree with you there, Jake. That, you know, it's not fully being chopped in an interesting way. This little chop right here is slightly different to how I've heard it used, but I am a little bit of a sucker for this one. Is there nothing? Is it like... Oh, it's just instrumental for the rest of it? Hold on. Sounds so fast compared to that beat. You know, that's a really good point, Scorpo. Why are all these songs more singing instead of rapping? Like, this is a beat to rap over. That is a really good point. Like, why is there so much singing on this? I think I thought it with one of the other tracks, the one that was a cover. It's like, oh, it'd be really cool to like drop a rap verse over those drums. Why are you not rapping over a beat like this? Like, everybody else that has used this sample that I've heard has been like laying down proper verses over it. Is it just because it's like, because it's AI, it's not? But even then, you could get reference tracks of rap vocals, you know? It's quite perplexing. Late Registration Kanye would kill this beat. So many eras I feel like Alex would kill it. Yeah, pretty much take any version of Kanye from, man, maybe even 2004 through to 2013, 2016. And he'd do a great job on that. Jesus, Kanye would have some very interesting bars over that. But yeah, that's like a really good point, Scorpo. I don't know why there's like so little rapping over this, especially when it really feels like it would make sense. So, if this is called Circles, though, we've won big, ladies and gentlemen. We're on a bit of a losing streak. Track 9 is called Circles. Come on. We are right on the money, ladies and gentlemen. We got it back. We got it back. Produced by Kanye West. Circles was fully made within the Bully sessions, with Ye's vocals being an AI placed over the Don Toliver reference track. And Kanye doesn't sing like that. The difference between initial versions and release are slight production changes and a different AI model being used. Like, you could tell with the way the singing was that this was AI, because Kanye never sings like, let me find it. Where was it? Bro, this is... Where the fuck are the vocals? Did they exist? Did we make it up? Like, he don't sing like that. That is not a Kanye, like, that is not Kanye type singing right there, you know what I mean? So that one, again, co-production, you know, a sample that has been used in, you know, a couple of like really popular tracks, so it's quite a well-known sample within hip-hop. I think the use of it was solid enough here, and I'm always a little bit of a sucker for it. You know, it's AI reference vocals that sound off because it's a different style of singing to what Kanye would usually do, and it's a missed opportunity not having a rap verse over it. Like, if you're gonna do AI anyway, put an AI rap verse over it. I don't know why that's not in here. Yeah, it's like another 4, I think. It'll be quite a while, Ocean Spirit Blue. There's 2 other album requests outside of this one prior to your request. Because I think you said yours went in quite late. It's towards the back of the queue here, pretty much. Yeah, we got a very stacked one before the stream even started today. Very, very stacked. Probably because of the artists that Kanye is using to make these reference tracks, because the artists are more singers than rappers. And that's pretty much it, Scorpo. And you know what's funny? You know what the solution to that is? Make the songs yourself, Kanye. Because then you could switch between rapping and singing to your heart's content. That would fix the problems here, you know? I'll take... yeah, I'll take bad genuine vocals over questionable AI vocals. So let's see what we're getting in track number 10 of 13 right here. Let's go.
So you could point your middle finger and say there go the bad boy.
Where all the brothers and sisters get together, say, where all the brothers and sisters get together. I'm telling you, people, for your information.
What was the sample budget for this album? That hasn't came out yet.
Them boys popping mad noise, gon' get what they ask for. You know I pay cash for it. That dough running fast for it. You stealing the swag, boy.
Interesting, okay.
One smoke we can match, boy. I'm turned to the max.
You're stealing the swag, boy? You could have just asked for it?
Boy, told you what the facts was. They gave me the axe for it. Knew I would bounce back, Lord. Cause you got my back, Lord. They tryna attack, Lord. Turn me to a pack, Lord. That dough running fast for it. And I don't have to rap for it. Yeah, he a bad boy. And when I got baptized, I said a prayer. It went, Lord, please don't let me be like these rap guys. So you could point your middle finger and say, there go the bad guy.
Say hi to the bad guy, the life of a bad boy. This mansion got 10 rooms, it's none on my passport. Guess that's what you...
Is this one of the songs he made with He made tracks with Diddy's son, right? Is this one of them? Is this why we got the bad boy stuff going on? Is that what's going on here?
My father's a hustler. It's not my fault that your dad's poor. Can't take your kids nowhere.
I wouldn't be bragging about the father on this one. I wouldn't be bragging about the father right now.
I post my girl once and now she all on the tabloids. 200 on my wrist, it's matching the dashboard. Free puff till he back, boy, yeah, till he back, boy. Some people got bad blood.
But I hear a free puff in there.
When they needed our help, they didn't have to ask for it. They didn't have to ask for it. Now I got a tax for it. Put ice up in my stones. These rocks made out of asteroids. I'm my dad's boy. And all
wow.
I ask, Lord, I said a prayer, went. Don't turn your back on my family like these rap boys. So you can
don't turn my back on my family. Listen, sometimes you gotta just be like, yeah, my dad did wrong. This would be the same project that has a song title called Diddy Free. Ah, there we go. Now the question is, was it a real Kanye verse? We got a bit of rap vocal on here, but was it a reference that was ran through an AI filter? We will find out. Well, that was certainly something. Of course, we had to get a free Diddy track in here. This was track number 10, People Like Me, featuring King Combs, produced by Kanye West, Che Pope, and produced by Juice. People Like Me was initially made as a King Combs song. Bump J recorded a reference track for the song, which likely became the basis of the finished Ye verse. The song released on June 26th, 2025 on the King Combs project, Never Stop. The Ye verse is real. Of all the songs, this is the one he gave the real verse to. Okay. The difference between the Bully version and the Never Stop version is the Bully version has a longer outro. Okay, so genuine verse right there. Interesting. That one was it's so weird listening to modern Kanye music because there could be good elements in there, but it's like there's always at least one thing wrong with it. And here we got, you know, a whole lot of King Combs, you know, praising his dad, P. Diddy, shouting him out, talking about how he'll always stand by his family, which, like, I'm not necessarily expecting any different, but it's just, like, it's so awkward to listen to. And then, yeah, the Kanye verse, I can't even remember what the Kanye verse was like at this point, but, you know, good production on this one, good sampling, I'll give it that. Man, what would I even give this one? Like a... We'll give it... It was maybe going to be a 5. I'll give it a 4 for the, you know, the free Diddy propaganda. All right, we can't be spreading this. We can't be spreading this around. The song he cared most about was the one with Diddy's son. I guess that's the way it is, Sawdust, yeah. Yeah, this is the one he recorded an actual verse for. So let's see what we're getting in mystery track number 11. This has been one hell of a roller coaster ride. What a way to kick this off, man. This sample sounds cool. Is there's like samples all over this thing?
We in and on the time we was designed for. I died on rearranging on my mind for. Home on my mind for. This thing is kidding, they just going blind for. We in and on the time we was designed for. I died on rearranging on my mind for. Home on my mind for.
Okay. Definitely not a genuine verse, right? But cool sampling here. Imagine this is a Black Thought track, man. Interesting. A lot of this is just like production, which not complaining about that at this point.
It's a game of give and take.
Black Thought would be so sick on this. Give me a Black Thought and MF Doom collab on this. That would be so gas. Imagine we could get that. What I appreciate about this one is that it was mostly a beat. It was mostly a beat and it sounded pretty good. It had really cool sample chopping on it. I like the sort of dusty sounding drums on this one. You know, during that it was it really gave me just like, would have loved Black Thought and MF Doom over this. Like, that would sound so cool. Seems like a great beat for them. The verse was so short. It's almost definitely an AI one, right? It's got to be. This was Can't Hurry Love, produced by Kanye. Can't Hurry Love was made fully within the Bully sessions, with the vocals ran through the AI, likely either being from Ty Dolla $ign or Don Toliver. The song didn't really change at all from initial Bully versions and release. Okay. I mean, this one was cool. Again, so many of these don't feel like finished tracks. I mean, this was one verse and then just a long bit of production, but that kind of made it one of the better ones on here for me, because I think the beat was really nice, and you know, it still felt like the production felt satisfying with the sample in there. It still does feel like a half-baked track, but yeah, I'm cool with the Kanye vocals being pretty minimal when it comes to that one. So much so that I think I'd give that a 6, probably. Probably towards the better end there.
Nice.
I hope Skelly G and Mr. Pumpkin have been enjoying the music over here, alright? They don't have headphones on, but they can feel it, alright? It's their power. It's their spirit. So let's see, that is the most unfinished sounding one so far. Debatable. I think there's a couple others. I mean, you could be right though. There's a couple others that do feel quite half-baked, but yeah, it still was somehow on the better end of this. Belize is a great song, by the way. I mean, that whole album is packed with great songs, but yeah, that's one of my favorites for sure. So let's see what we're gonna get on track number 12, moving on to the last couple that we got right here. Hey, thank you for that one too, IC. Much appreciated, man.
I'm on a work day, I'm going to work. No time. Kicked out the ego and out of the door. Come on. I'm on a work day, I'm going to work.
For some reason that one didn't show up on the queue to IC, so you can just let me know the name and I'll make a note of that for later.
Yes, I need this here. I've been fighting for my life. Go down 2 ways. Kicked out the ego and out of the door. Come on. I'm going to work, mate. I'm going to work. Kicked out the ego and out of the door. Come on. I'm going to work.
There's it going, Blake.
I'm going to work. This one is papa. I'm outside my body, you right. My turn, showtime. This one is papa. I'm outside my body.
Overall vibe of this one, the kind of feeling of the instrumental is cool.
Go time.
This that new phone. This that hill that moved on.
Wait, we're getting a verse on this one. We're getting rapping on this one.
Too long. No, I don't wanna hold out too long. When I'm in that mode, can't do wrong. And you know we don't go, we too gone. Taking out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This felt like
this one is papa. I'm outside my body, you right.
mean, if the finished version would have more Kanye, then I will take an unfinished version every day of the week, twice on Sunday. Completely fair, Killjoy. Is this Kanye? In some ways, Blake. In other ways, not so much. It's a imitation of Kanye on a lot of these.
You ain't never felt the true love. I could see where your heart is. Broken pieces before us.
This one's got to be AI too, right? AI.
I know dawn is upon us.
I know dawn is upon us. Don Toliver is coming. He's looming over us. Dawn is upon us.
Two ways, no time. Right now, showtime. Come on, it's go time.
I like the vibe of the beat.
Come on, it's go time. Two ways, no time. Right now, showtime. Come on, it's go time. Come on, it's go time. This one is Papa. I'm outside my body.
Hey, thank you for another one too, IC. Much appreciated, man.
My time, showtime. This one is Papa. I'm outside my body, you right. Don't wait, go time.
All right, let's see what this one is called. Track number 12 was this one here, produced by James Blake and Kanye West. This one here was originally from The War Sessions, an album being made in 2022 between Kanye West, James Blake, and No ID. The track had several different freestyles recorded for it, with the main version being cut downs of those. The song was previewed at a birthday party and quickly became a fan favorite snippet. Ye would add a finished intro to the song later in the sessions. The track was then worked on during the sessions for Ye's 2023 solo album Yebu, and was again worked on during the Vulture sessions, with Ty recording for the intro of the song. The song would be scrapped and brought into the Bully sessions, with Ye tasking Okami to completely rework the beat. Don Toliver recorded a feature verse for the song, which was then ran through AI and became the first verse on the song. The second verse is likely from a Fat Money reference track, so no genuine Ye here, it would seem. Ye would rework the production again and ended up using AI to extract the bass from part of the War version. Oh, in fact, I'm still so pissed off about this. Here are the snippets of the War versions of the song. Hold on, so we have a little bonus here. So we got Archive is titled this pack, This One Got Butchered. So yeah, this will be part of it right here. These are the snippets of the War versions of the song that kind of got Frankensteined into the version of the song we just heard. No worries, Second in Command. I'll make a note of that right here. I was like, this is an interesting, like, intro for the track, but this is just like the background noise of the birthday party, right? That bass is blowing out the speakers. So yeah, obviously a lot of background noise around this one. This is from the party snippet. Ooh, like that little bassy stuff right there. I guess this will be Mystery Track 12 OG snippets. Man, they're feeling it at that birthday party. And then this is this one here intro. Is this the Ty Dolla intro?
Yeah, Chapo. It's broken.
Oh no, wait, that sounds like James Blake. Why does this sound so like Okay, obviously these are not like full quality recordings. It's like snippets that sound like they're recorded through a phone, but like from what we can hear, it sounds so much more beautiful than what we just heard on the actual recording. This beat is kind of like Jail if it was made for a cup of noodles. Amazing.
They all come back. Somebody asked me, do we turn the birds when we die?
This sounds like it was meant to be so much better. Hold on. So much of the sauce is missing from what we just heard. Hey, thank you, El. Much appreciated.
Tell him W, spam W right now. This is fire. I want to show him.
Tell him W, spam W right now. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, look.
And then this one here, Thai snippet. What? I like to get my dick sucked. Oh, that was wait, was that a bit of was that not flowers at the end or something like that? Sounded similar. So yeah, compare that to like what we heard here.
Right now, showtime.
Weird Frankenstein version.
I could see where your heart is, broken pieces before us. When the evening gets darkest.
Man, it's crazy how these were once upon a time. Some of these, at least this one, was once upon a time something that seemed like it would be a pretty great song. But like, then it gets turned into something that is so lackluster with AI verses. It's kind of crazy to hear the difference in how much those like snippets that weren't even full quality, I felt like they moved me a little bit. Whereas like the actual version we just listened to didn't do all that much for me. It's a mid to below mid for Mystery Track 12. The the version of this one here that we heard within the actual Bully Pack. Yeah, we'll go on the mids.
Mid! Mid! Mid!
Hey, no problem at all, El Ninis. Depending on how long you're away for, well, I guess you may or may not be back by the time we get around to it, because it's pretty much towards the back of the queue with a couple albums before it. But yeah, if not, I could send you the VOD, or you could come back to the stream if it doesn't get blocked, and hopefully you'll be able to see the reaction that way. We'll figure out some way to get it to you either way if you don't see it. So this is our 13th and final one within this first request that we have for today from the archive. I can't remember how big this was originally, but that looks like a decent size, I guess. Yeah, we'll go with that. Actually, a little bit bigger. There we go. Da, 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 da. Yeah, an hour and a half in and we're on the first request. So yeah, final one, track 13. Let's see if we're closing out with a bang right here. Let's go.
I'm outside my go time.
I'm outside my go time.
Holy, holy, are thou. I am free because you are bound.
We feeling holy, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy are thou, most holy are, calling on your strength and your power. One way that I found, I am not enough, not enough. Holy are thou.
This feels quite Jesus and King-esque.
Holy, holy are thou. I am free because you are bound.
My guess is that this one is genuine. Maybe genuine Kanye vocals?
One way that I found, I am not enough, not enough. Holy art thou, holy art thou. I am free because you were bound. Holy art thou, most holy art, calling on your strength and your power.
This actually sounds real, something like Husband. It does feel a bit more like genuine vocals. I'm gonna be so sad if that's wrong.
Not enough, holy art thou. I've been searching high and low. Easy to mission control.
Husband, holy version, yeah.
Now that I know I am not alone. I've been searching high and low.
Feels very Jesus is King in that kind of
Only now that
that's a Yeezy to Mission Control.
I am not alone.
I felt very Jesus is King-esque, stripped back production, quite sanitized sounding. I remember when I thought Jesus is King was quite a lacking album, but man, I would take it over a lot of the I would take it over the AI arc. Let me say that much. Like, Jesus is King, when it came out, I was like, yeah, that's a pretty disappointing album. It's pretty weak, but at least it was all real, you know? It was all actually Kanye. So that one right there was Mission Control, featuring Tony Williams. Mission Control was fully made in 2025 and is a chopped up Ye freestyle with Tony Williams vocals added on. So I believe that would suggest that that is genuine vocals from Ye right there, which is more than you could say for a lot of this stuff. It was fine, I guess. The vocals weren't perfect, but it was very much in that Jesus is King kind of vein. Where it does feel quite white wallpapery. It just feels very like sanitized and clean. And I don't think that's the best sound for Kanye necessarily. Jesus is King at least has Follow God. You know, I used to not that I didn't like it. I used to think Follow God was kind of overrated, but listening back to it now, I'm like, wait, this does sound pretty cool. My favorite from Jesus is King was always Everything We Need. That was up there as, you know, pretty much my favorite. I really like that one. We have everything we need. This one right here, I give it like it's like a 5. It's fine, but nothing mind-blowing. At least to add genuine vocals on it. I'll give it that. So at the end of the Google Doc right here, archives Google Docy, it is saying we have a reveal tab for the drop-down menu. I'm assuming letting us know what the request was if we haven't figured it out by this point. This is the leaked album copy of Bully, the version that was supposed to release on streaming in September. The fact that this was considered for an official release is crazy. This did not sound like a finished album. This felt like we listened to 13 ideas for songs back to back to back. I think straight away my overall rating for this pack, you know, we're all around the 4s and 5s for this one. It's like a 4 overall, I'd say. Even that's more of like an aggregate rating of all my scores, but honestly it might be closer to a 3 taking everything into consideration, because there's a lot of cool production on here. I think instrumentally, like I've said, for pretty much every song, there was a lot of cool ideas here, some cool sample flips, sample chops in here, but the AI vocals, or just poorly recorded vocals, really dragged it down a whole bunch, to the point that I don't think there's all that much that is redeeming about it. So while the average of my scores might have actually been like around a 4-ish, probably closer to a 3 actually, with my overall album rating taking everything into consideration. Sometimes a number rating, or most of the time actually, I'd argue a number rating isn't mathematical. It's just based off vibes, right? And the vibes I get here is somewhere in that 3.
Don't care, still don't care, I don't care.
Yeah. Favorites in here for me. Oof. Okay, let's see. I need to see the track titles in front of me to fully remember right here. Ooh, favorites is a tricky game. I gave the highest score to, I think... What was the one that was mostly instrumental? Was that Can't Hurry Love? Am I forgetting? I think that was like my favorite because it was mostly instrumental. Least favorites is hard to pick because I think there's a lot of weak moments in here. I think it's hard to pick, honestly. It's more so about my overall thoughts right here. At least we'll totally get the more complete version of Bully on November 7th. Is that when it's supposed to drop now? God, I dread new Kanye music now. Yeah, November 7th is listed as the sort of upcoming streaming release date for Bully. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. God, we have a whole releases section on Wikipedia. Releases, plural, for Bully on Wikipedia here. Well, we'll see if it turns out exactly like this. Can't say it's an album I'm particularly excited for, but yeah, we'll see how it goes if it does come out. Thank you for sending this one in, Archive, and that is our first request for today, kicking off spooky season in a very suitable fashion. What we got right here is some AI horror. It's some sci-fi horror, if you will. That's what we kicked off with today. Now, I am curious to see what number 1 is, which Archive was saying would actually have been the worst option, because if you weren't here when we begun this request, Archive gave me 2 mystery Google Docs to choose between. I chose number 2, which was this Kanye pick. I'm curious to see what number 1 would have been. With number 1, do I just click on the reveal, Archive, so that I could just see what, like, you know, generally what it would have been? Because Archive said that it very much can be a future request, but yeah, I am very, very curious to see what it was gonna be. Dun, dun, dun. If Kanye releases a project on time, I don't have confidence it will be good. Yeah, kind of fair, honestly. Kind of fair. I'm going to expand what track 1 would have been in the Archive's other mystery Google Doc, just to see. World War III. Oh my god, is it? Oh, fuck. It would have been Kanye's, like, World War III album. The one that had, or also known as Cuck. The one that has tracks like Cosby, Diddy Free, Dirty Magazines, Bianca, there we go, track for the current girl, Cousins, Virgil, Let Me Down, Uncle, what is Uncle? Free My Kids, HH, Gas Chambers, I don't want to hear that, Jared, what Jared is that about? Nitrous. Yeah, we did pick the better option. That's crazy. We actually did pick the better option, and our option was Bully. The other option would have been Kanye's Cuck album. So, you know what? We made it through all right on this one. At least we got really cool production in here. So, thank you for that request, Archive. And, you know, kicking off the spooky stream in suitably frightening fashion. HH or Hallelujah. I mean, the version in there was HH, you know, the original, if you will. So with that being said, let's get our next request loaded up, and I am going to take a quick bathroom break before we do hop into it. Next request is a song, and then after that, we're jumping straight into another album request from the movie Mad Men. It's going to be a lengthy one. I should probably work out how long this queue is going to be to see if I should close it soon. But luckily, we did start an hour early today, or an hour earlier than usual. So the next request comes in from Rest and Pog, and thankfully, it looks like it's going to be a fantastic one to follow up what we just heard. Once again, thank you for that request, Archive. It was a lot of fun, and there was the opportunity to play a lot of guessing games with it, to guess if it was AI, who the reference tracks were by. Overall, a fun request, and I like the sort of like drop-down menu idea. That's pretty fun. So the next one, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. MJ? That looks like... Is that the Thriller cover? Is this a Thriller song? Christmas came early. I thought it was Halloween coming up, not Christmas. Well, with that being said, let me play some Michael Jackson on the bathroom break, okay? Obviously, I'm only going to be playing songs I have heard to, you know, not do any sort of future spoilers for myself. So that will be Off the Wall, an album that I revisit a lot. See, when I was flying from Toronto to Glasgow, Glasgow back to Toronto, Off the Wall is great flying music to relax you, because I don't necessarily hate flying, but I don't really love it either. It's not necessarily a fun experience. So I listened to Off the Wall when I was up in the air, and it very much just chilled me out. And this was the #1 song I went to pretty much. I think this is, in terms of streams, a mega underrated one, because it's one of my favorite ones from the album. So enjoy this tune right here. I'm going to take a very quick bathroom break, then I'll get back and we will hop into some Michael Jackson and then see what the movie Madman has for us on their album request. See you guys shortly, and look at this lovely Halloween screen. Girlfriend is one of the best tracks on Off the Wall, and it needs more love. I think this song is so good. Obviously, it's a song about infidelity, but it sounds great. Have to tell him be a girlfriend of mine. Come on, man. You know, I know this is an album that dropped many decades before the streaming era, but the fact that this is one of the the less streamed songs on the album is criminal. to me. All right, this needs more love. I love this one. I love a lot of the second half. I think the second half of Off the Wall is pretty golden, man. Lovely stuff on there. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the little, taking a break Halloween screen. I think it was very fitting for today. Nice cozy vibe to it. Got the energy drink for today. We got that Ghost Warheads Sour Watermelon. It's going to be nice. I was looking for the raspberry cream one that they had last week. The gas station has run out of it already, which I'm so sad about because that was, it was so tasty. It was amazing. But now we're back to an old classic one that I quite enjoy. They go heavy on the sour, man, but I like that. So let's see what we're going to get on this song right here. We're hopping right back into some MJ, and it is The Girl Is Mine. The Girl Is Mine. So, Restin' Pog sent this one in. Thank you, Restin' Pog. And he is saying here, the lead single for Thriller. Oh, I didn't know that. Not Billie Jean, not Beat It, or Wanna Be Starting Something. This. Though MJ wouldn't have become the biggest artist in the world without this song. Interesting. Maybe I'll recognize it once I hear it, but it's not one that immediately rings off familiarity bells in my head, It's something that I think will be new for me, but we shall find out. Quincy Jones thought Billie Jean would flop. Damn, that's crazy. Well, he was wrong on that one. You just reminded me that Halloween is Friday. I still don't know what I'm going to watch. For me, it's like a tradition at this point, Killjoy. Every single year now, me and Emily watch the original Halloween, John Carpenter's Halloween, and Trick or Treat. We watch both of those movies like every Halloween, so we'll probably just do that again this year. That's always our go-to. It very much fits the vibe. So, let's see what we're going to get on The Girl Is Mine. Thank you for this one, Restin' Pog. Wait, this features Paul McCartney? Is that right?
Every night she walks right in my dreams since I met her from the start. I'm so proud I am the only one who is special in her heart. The girl is mine. The doggone girl is mine.
The doggone girl is mine? What a sort of 70s, 80s way to say it.
The doggone girl is mine. I don't understand the way you think, saying that she's yours, not mine. Sending roses and your silly dreams, really just a waste of time. Because
interesting. Bit of old Paul McCartney on here. Quite smooth, nice and soothing.
Don't waste your time, because the doggone girl is mine.
I'm allowed to dress up at my job for Halloween. Hey, that's what's up, Alex. Do you know what you're going to dress up as?
Take you anywhere. While I love you endlessly, love it we will share. So come and go with me.
Okay.
To one town.
You're going as a Tooth Fairy this year, Faded Love? Hell yeah. I love MJ vocals, man.
She said I blow her mind. The girl is mine. The doggone girl is mine.
Yeah, this is wonderful to hear after that bully request Sawdust.
Because the doggone girl is mine. She's mine. She's mine. No, she's mine.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that.
Yep, she's mine. The girl is
They're beefing about it on here.
Yeah, she's mine.
Don't waste your time. Because the
Doggone girl is mine. Crazy to hear real vocals. Yeah, where's that AI MJ? We need that.
Michael.
MJI.
We're not gonna fight about this, okay?
Paul, I think I told you. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I've heard it all before, Michael. She told me that I'm her forever lover, you know, don't you remember?
Well, after loving me, she said she couldn't love another.
The back and forth is really fun.
She said it. You keep dreaming.
I don't believe it.
No, the girl is mine.
Hey, that's it. That's it, Rook. Mr. Halloween. How you doing, Rook? By the way, did that VOD request, did that make it your way? Just double check and make sure that it went to the right place this time. Pretty sure it did. Yeah, this was pretty cool. I liked this one. I thought this was a really enjoyable track. In 2019, I dressed as Nav. I'm brown, so I just buzzed my hair, wore glasses, and a bunch of chains. That's what's up, Faded Love. Honestly, seems like it would be pretty fun. Going as the greatest brown boy in the game, Nav. Dressing as a legend. That's what's up. The girl is mine. Trying to roll down these sleeves. It's not going well. Stupid watch is getting in the way. So, there we go. What was I going to say about this one? Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like the back and forth between Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney. You know, obviously with where I am in my music listening, Michael Jackson is the artist that I'm like fully interested in and locked onto here, and his vocals were absolutely my favorite part of the song, but Paul McCartney was cool on it too. And yeah, I just like that back and forth they had. You know, they're both proclaiming that the girl is theirs, and you know, I think she's playing both of them here. All right, she's you know, she's telling both of them that she's dedicated to them, but that does not seem to be the case. Wow, many people, including me, consider this the worst song on Thriller. Honestly, if that's the worst song, then I think I'm in for a hell of a time when I listen to that album, because for me, this is probably still at least like an A. I think it's really fun. I think it's quite lighthearted. I think you said earlier on in the chat, the music doesn't sound like they're beefing, though. That's my problem, which, fair enough, Rest in Pog, you know, is not necessarily like a back and forth diss track kind of thing, but for me it works as just this kind of lighthearted, fun concept. It's more playful than anything like, you know, aggressive or anything like that. So I'm still in that 8 region with this one. I liked it a lot.
That's good.
Yeah, I am very excited to hear Thriller. If that is generally considered as the worst, then I think it's going to be a blast. How many tracks are on Thriller? It's a short album, right? 9 songs. Damn. Okay. And there's some real, like, mega hits on there, man. Mega hits. Very much looking forward to checking that one out. A good chunk of it will still be fresh to me, though. So, very interested to see how that's going to go. It will change you as a person. That's what's up. Wait till you hear Human Nature. I feel like that one's been sent in on a stream before, right? That's the why, da 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 da. Is it that one? I feel like it's that one. But yeah, what an incredible track. So thank you very much for sending that one in, Rest in Pog. And it was a lovely palate cleanser. After a lot of yay I. I'm thinking for this year, Halloween H2O and the first Hellraiser, but I need at least a 3rd movie. Ooh, those are good picks. Those are good picks, Killjoy. You're not going to throw a little bit of Halloween Resurrection in there? No? This year for Halloween, I'm dressing up as a random, always out of it IT person who looks like they slept for 2 hours and 18 hours at the same time. It might be my usual look. I like it, Killjoy, you know? Consistency. Now sampled Human Nature for It Ain't Hard to Tell. Yeah, I always remember thinking that sample almost sounds like a little bit eerie on that song. It's something that I didn't like at first, but it's definitely grown on me a bit over time. There's just something about it that sounds a little scuffed, but you know, it works. It works. So, with that being said, we're hopping straight from that into another album request, ladies and gentlemen. The longest album request in the queue for today. This one is over an hour, so I don't even know what that converts to in terms of CDTV yap time. This one was sent in by the movie Madman. We're about to find out what it's going to be.
Marshall Mathers, Eminem.
The rapper Eminem. All right, so Eminem is the video link here, but what is the album? Is it Eminem or is it just Eminem related? Let's find out. The movie Madman is saying right here, quote, "It's about to get scary." Quote from Bizarre. Hopefully it's not a Bizarre album. Also, have you watched anything made by writer/director Mike Flanagan? You know, it's very interesting that you bring that up, movie Madman, because it's the Halloween season. I want to go through a lot of his like mini series. Like I've seen The Haunting of Hill House. I would love to rewatch that. I started The Haunting of Bly Manor, but I only watched like one episode. Didn't really get through it. But I'd like to go back to it. Maybe a bit of Midnight Mass. I've seen like the first episode of that and thought it was quite cool. It felt like it felt very like Stephen King inspired. It felt quite like Salem's Lot. So I'd love to watch through that. Even the Midnight Club. There's a lot of like Mike Flanagan stuff that I'm interested in checking out, but I haven't done so yet. I know he's also, there's one thing he's working on that I'm mega interested in, which is an adaptation of Stephen King's Dark Tower series as like a, you know, a TV series, but it's been like talked about for so long and I have no clue if it'll actually come out because, you know, it seems like it's been stuck in production for a long time. I've seen Hush. I really liked Hush. Ouija, Origin of Evil. That's a pretty good movie, way better than the first Ouija. Gerald's Game I want to see, but I want to read the book first. Doctor Sleep I've seen. I thought that was pretty great. He's got a pretty solid filmography, man. Pretty stacked. So let's see what this is going to be. I'm curious. It's a Google Doc link, so that will reveal what the album is to us. Let's open this up and see what we got going on here, Movie Madman. Oh, interesting for the Halloween season right here. Eminem, Relapse. All right, Jake Rios, you were right on the money today. Hey, thank you for that one, Whiteface. Okay, so it's not a Bizarre album, thank God. It's gonna be a reaction with a lot of a lot of out of pocket lyrics, so just be prepared for that. We all know what Relapse is. We know what we're about to get right here. So let me, real quick, I'm going to close the queue right there, and we'll see what time it is when we finish the queue, and I might reopen it. So, Whiteface, you got the queue closer right now. Yeah, and we'll see what time it is when we get there, because we got a stacked-ass queue with these albums in here. There we go. Okay. So we got a Google Doc right here that's, you know, going to lay out stuff for us. So, you know, some information here, maybe some of the movie Madman's opinions. Let's read through it, see what he's got to say. Hello, Mr. TV. As you know, it's almost Halloween, and that means it's time for a spooky album reaction. And what better way to celebrate this season than with a white man doing Middle Eastern accents for 76 minutes? Bagpipes from Baghdad is going to be a fun one. That's right, today we're doing Relapse, Eminem's cult classic album from 2009. Now, before we move forward, I want to offer a disclaimer / trigger warning for the people in the chat today. This album, this is one hell of a list. This album contains very graphic and detailed descriptions of the following: murder, parental abuse, rape, incest, pedophilia, violence against women, violence against children, and drug abuse. If anyone watching is easily... It also contains casual examples of both homophobia and transphobia. If anyone watching is easily triggered by these topics, it would most likely be best to leave the stream and return after the album is finished. The last thing I would want to do is make anyone within this community uncomfortable when it prides itself on being open and accepting, so if you choose to proceed from this point onward, please do so with caution. This album is very much not an easy listen. That is one way to put it. That is one way to put it for sure. But I appreciate you putting that in there, Movie Madman. Now that's been established, I want to provide a preamble in order to set the tone and provide context for the project. In 2009, Eminem was in an interesting place to say the least. His last full-length LP, 2004's Encore, was released to very mixed reception due to a perceived drop in quality from Eminem's previous 3 albums. This was due to several factors, chief among being that Eminem was deep into an addiction to prescription sleep medication and was consistently high during the recording sessions for the project. Following the album's release, Eminem took a 5-year hiatus, only releasing new material in the form of features and loose tracks on compilations. He had attempted to create several projects in the time between Encore and Relapse, but none of these ever materialized. Despite going to rehab in late 2005, M's addiction continued to worsen, largely due to the death of fellow rapper Proof, his longtime best friend, as well as the slow decay of his relationship with his ex-wife Kim, whom he remarried in January of 2006. The two would divorce 3 months later. This eventually culminated in M overdosing on methadone in late December 2007, leading to him being hospitalized. Following this, M went through a brief relapse before eventually seeking help from a rehabilitation counselor, as well as Elton John, who acted as a mentor to M during this time period. It's worth noting that M has been sober since April 20th, 2008. Long ass time now. What's that, 17 years? Very impressive. Following his newfound sobriety, Eminem of course went right back to what he loves most: recording music. Eminem partnered pretty much exclusively with Dr. Dre for the recording of the album, and the two worked together during recording sessions that spanned from July 2008 to April 2009. Eminem mentioned several times that he had to relearn how to rap following his overdose, resulting in him developing and using accents in order to bend the pronunciations of words in an effort to create more complex rhyme schemes. During the recording sessions, M was also watching a lot of true crime documentaries about famous serial killers, inspiring him to write many songs from the perspective of a serial murderer / rapist, which is where a lot of the crazy bars on this album come from. This bizarre concoction of the environments both inside and outside of the studio led to one of the darkest and most unique projects within Eminem's career. Finally, on May 15th, 2009, Relapse was unleashed onto the world. An album that saw not only the return of Eminem, but also his alter ego, Slim Shady. So without further ado, let's get into it. P.S. Move on to the next page after finishing the album to read some fun facts about the making of the project and certain tracks from it. Okay, well, this should be a fun one. I'm not gonna lie, when you quoted Bizarre in the tip message, Movie Madman, I fully expected it to be a Bizarre album, and I thought we were gonna be in for a really rough time, but instead, it's Relapse, which is an album that can be challenging in certain ways. It's got some very out there bars, but man, I think it's a pretty damn solid album, some really good production, and some dizzying rhyme schemes. So let me just put this in the title while we're listening to it, that we're doing a Relapse Album Relisten. Yeah, we'll do a Relapse full album Relisten. All right, this should be fun, man. This should be fun. Perfect for spooky season. Put it over on Twitch as well. Thinking about Resurrection, but I'm not sure yet. I was thinking about Friday the 13th 5 and Nightmare on Elm Street 4, but I have no idea is either of those any good. But I do know Resurrection is shit from ass. Resurrection is the Busta Rhymes one, right? And Friday the 13th, I've only seen the first 3, so I'm not sure about 5. Nightmare on Elm Street 4 is... I enjoyed it. It's not the best, but it's not the point where the movies start to really suck. I think 1 and 3 are the best ones. 4, I remember thinking 4 is all right. You know, I enjoy like most of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies generally, though. Even some of the bad ones can be entertaining. When was the last time you listened to this album in full, Mr. TV? Last time I did this was for my Eminem discography ranking, so it probably would have been like a solid year ago now, right? When did I upload that? Let me check. Eminem discog ranked. I'm the top result for me. Yeah, 1 year ago.
The first video.
Push past me. Yeah, over a year ago, 27th of September, 2024. So this will be a little bit of a refresher, and we're going to see how this is going to go. So thank you very much for sending this in, Movie Madman. And with that being said, we're going to get started with it. Very different album, very different songs to this Michael Jackson Bathroom Break song we had queued up here. So we're starting off with track number 1, which is the Dr. West skit, and that moves into track number 2, 3 a.m. We're just going to let it run straight into it. I believe also Dr. West has vocals from, a recording from Dominic West, right? Who is McNulty in The Wire. Watch The Wire, great TV show, 100% worth your time, one of my favorites ever.
Morning, Marshall.
Morning, Doc.
So we're discharging you today. How are you feeling?
Anxious.
Anxiety?
Well, anxious to get home, anxious to get back into the world, nervous.
Nervous? Come on, Marshall, you're a big boy now.
Also, I'm pausing real quick. It surprised me, like, when I was watching The Wire, I didn't know Dominic West was English. He has, like, the most English accent ever.
But you can do this? You found a sponsor yet?
Not yet, but I mean, when I get back...
Well, if you find one, you find one. If you don't, you don't.
Well, yeah, I mean, I gotta start going to meetings first and... Wait, what?
Well, I mean, you don't absolutely have to go to meetings. I mean, it's not like a requirement.
We're setting up that spooky vibe, let's go.
Well, yeah, but I thought sobriety was the most important thing.
So what else are you thinking?
Well, I know I gotta start practicing the steps and, learn them and start being able to...
I remember when I was a kid, I thought this intro was so eerie.
Well, 12. But...
Christ, I don't even know them all.
Let me remind you that I had this album when I was like 10 or 11.
The question I have is, like, what do I do if I find myself in a situation where maybe somebody's drinking around me or something like that, and I get tempted to...
Take a drink.
What?
Take a drink, take the edge off.
Take the edge off? Man, if I have a drink, I already know what that's gonna lead me to.
What, you mean these?
Man, what the fuck?
Marshall, what's the matter, darling? You having some doubts, are we?
Come on,
Marshall, you can't leave me. You'll never leave me. Marshall, we'll always be together, Marshall. Marshall! Marshall!
And that morning alarm going into... Beautiful transition. Nice intro. I really like it. Oh no. What an insane piece of production work to kick off with. There's no place to hide. Scream, someone save me, but they don't pay no mind.
It's almost 4 in the morning and you're in a nightmare. It's horrible. Right there's the coroner waiting for you to turn the corner so he can corner you.
You're a goner, he's onto you.
Out the corner of his corner, he just saw you run. All you want is to rest cause you
it's an album with every verse pretty much has an insane rhyme scheme. And the accents actually like make it work. They provide to the rhyme scheme. Contemplating my next plot again.
Swallowing the Klonopin while I'm nodding in and out on the ottoman. Nick the Ramada and holding on to the pill bottle. Then pick my finger and swirl it round the
Alex got the spooky emojis going. Let's go.
Wake up naked at McDonald's with blood all over me, dead
bodies behind the counter shit.
Yes, I must have
just blacked out again. Not again.
It's 3 a.m. in the morning. Put my key in the door. Body's laying all over.
Best concept album in Eminem's career. You know, it really is like debatably the tightest focus he's had for a concept album, even if, you know, it's not for everyone. Like, he really had a specific focus with this project. Like, kill them. Kill them.
Sitting nude in my living room, it's almost noon. I wonder what's on the tube, maybe they'll show some boobs. Surfing every channel until I find Hannah Montana, then I reach
First crazy bar, I would say. Well, maybe not. It's a wild song overall. kiss the naked man again.
You can see him standing in my front window if you look in. I'm just a
Hooligan who's used to using hallucinogens.
Causing illusions again, brain contusions again, cutting and bruising the skin. Razor, scissors, and pins. Jesus, when does it end? Phases that I go through. Days that I'm so confused. Days that I don't know who gave these molecules to me. What am I gonna do? Hey, the product
That
son, the diabolical one.
very methodical when I slaughtered them. Just that whole scheme there, the again, I get the album is not for everybody content-wise, but like technicality-wise and in terms of rhyme schemes and using the accents as a way to twist his words and make even more words and phrases rhyme, it's absolutely ridiculous. Hey, thank you very much, Archive. We'll check that in a little sec right here. Key in the door, and bodies laying all over the floor. And
I don't remember how they got there, but I guess I must have killed them.
killed them.
I said, it's 3 a.m. in the morning.
It's the perfect mix of technicality while still sounding smooth, flow-wise, you know?
I must have killed them. She puts the lotion in the bucket. It puts the lotion
This
on the
beat
skin.
is
Or
gold.
else it gets the holes again. She puts the lotion in the bucket. It puts the lotion on the skin.
Or else it gets the hose again.
I got the nice last lights and gas. Last night was a blast. I can't quite remember when I had that much fun off a half pint of a jack. My last bike and a half. A flashlight of Kim Kardashian's ass. I remember the first time I dismembered the family member. December, I think it was. I was having drinks with my cousin. I wrapped them in Christmas lights, pushed them into the stinking tub, cut him up into pieces. And just when I went to drink his blood, I thought I ought to drink his bathwater. That ought to be fun. That's when my days of serial murder manslaughter begun. The sight of blood excites me.
Oh, sorry to pause it, but you hear the strings building up in the background there, like you just hear them come in. It's so sick. Hearing Dr. Dre do like horror themed production on this is such a treat.
When I went to drink his blood, I thought I ought to drink his
There.
bathwater. That ought
There
to
they
be
come in.
fun. That's when my days of serial murder manslaughter begun. The sight of blood excites me. That might be an artery, son. Your blood curdling screams
Just don't seem to bother me none.
It's 3 a.m.
Here I come, so you should probably run.
A secret passageway around him, and it's
He
got to be
predicted
one.
the
Oh, no, there's
bathwater
probably
trend.
none. He can
Amazing.
scream all that he wants. Top of his lungs, but ain't no stopping me
From
from
chopping
chopping
him
him
up, up.
up. Cause it's 3 a.m. in the morning. Put my key in the door. Body's laying all over
Yeah,
the
his
floor.
last like super drugged out album was Encore Scarecrow. This was like his first album after sobriety. Which is crazy. This is a crazy album to release as your sobriety album.
But I guess I must have killed them.
I can see where like the kind of like misconception comes from though, because Recovery obviously like feels like more of the recovery from the Drug Issue album. But this one he was actually clean for. Such a good beat. I'm happy that my Relapse appreciation has just grown over the years. I mean, it was the first full Eminem album I had. I think I got Curtain Call first, but that's a greatest hits compilation. This was my first Eminem studio album. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure what order it went in. I either had Curtain Call or Relapse first. I can't remember if I got Relapse, then got Curtain Call because, you know, I was an Eminem fan and wanted to hear the greatest hits, but either way, yeah, it's an album that I kind of went through phases with. I loved this when I was a kid, then it kind of grew off me a little bit, and then, you know, now it's like coming back to it, I'm like, this is pretty fantastic. You know, 3 a.m. is such a great song. Like I said, hearing Dr. Dre doing horror themed production is so great. This beat has so much weight to it. The drums are great. The little piano keys, the strings that come in throughout the background are amazing. I particularly like in the third verse, the strings sort of come in while Eminem is, you know, recounting this like narrative of his first murder, or like when he got that spark to become a killer, and it's almost like, those strings are there to build tension for that backstory is so cool. And it's such a great chorus, and the way that Eminem raps on here is just dizzying. Like, the rhyme schemes are incredible. You could hear it from the very first verse. You're walking down a horror corridor. It's almost 4 in the morning and you're in a nightmare. Is horrible. Right there's the coroner. Like, the way it's so like twisty, it's kind of incredible, making the words fit together like that, and they do make sense in this kind of way. It's some crazy stuff. Incredible. Hey, thank you, Alex. I'll check that tip message here as well. Deja Vu and Same Song and Dance gotta be my faves off of this one. Those are fantastic picks, Scarecrow. Deja Vu is honestly one of like the bleakest tracks Eminem has made about addiction. It's a very like chilling one, and Same Song and Dance has one of the coolest beats here. I think it's maybe a little bit of an underrated one, and such a wild concept to it as well. So Alex was saying right here in the tips, hold on, I'll never forget hearing this song after listening to Forever, Not Afraid, and Ass Like That. Like, is this the same guy? Also, I love how even though M is playing a serious character on Relapse, he retains his trademark humor to give breathing room. Yeah, it's like, he very much still has his like trademark Eminem, almost kind of like gross out humor on here. Especially the second verse where he's talking about, let's say, doing certain activities while Hannah Montana is on the TV, which is insane, but it very much fits with this like deranged perspective he's trying to write these songs from, and really like pulling no punches on it. Yeah. And then Archive sent me something here that is looks to be an Album of the Year review of the Archives for Rest in Bass by Che. Not related to the current album we're listening to, but I am curious to see what Archive is going to say about it. So let's just see real quick before we continue with the album. Thank you for the tip here, Archive. 6.5. Not a bad rating for it. Not a bad rating. Oh, it's not showing the title there. There we go. Che, Rest in Bass. I'm not logged in, so I have ads right here on Album of the Year. I was wrong about this album. I originally tried to listen to this when it came out, but only got to a little past the halfway point and turned it off because I was dreading every song. I hated the album and was fully ready to give it a 2 out of 10 or a 3 out of 10, but I needed to listen all the way through first. I never did until today, and I didn't really think about this album again until Yeet brought out Che and Xavier So Based to perform Mannequin, that I even remembered this project existed. Butchered my words there, so I thought, why the hell not? This album isn't perfect or even great for me, but I can gladly call it good. Maybe I'll have this experience for it, because I haven't liked a lot of the Che stuff I've heard, but we'll see. There's a Che song later on in the queue, I think. The album very clearly takes heavy influence from the Opium lane of things with the heavy bass, hard-hitting drums and flows, but it does feel distinct in execution, except for On Fleek, that feels straight out of Whole Lotta Red. Songs like Mannequin are things I can't say I've ever heard before, and Xavier's verse might be his best out of what I've heard. Marceline's hook is stuck in my head, with that track probably being my favourite on the album. The rock sections on Doe Deer, the ad-libs on Rolling Stone, every song has something I am going to remember from it. Hellraiser is the only song that hasn't clicked for me, with the high-pitched inflections clashing with the beat, and Osama-san still not being my thing at all. And there are other points of the project where things feel slightly too much, but I do think I am able to look past it for the most part. This isn't my favourite thing ever. I don't think any of these modern rage albums or artists will be stuff I look forward to in the same regard as other projects, but this is still solid, and I got a handful of tracks I'm going to play the shit out of. Hey, maybe I need to give it a full listen and see how I'm feeling, Archive, because maybe I'd be in the, in a similar vein, because, I've had pretty, like, negative thoughts towards Che overall so far, but maybe if I listen to the full album, it'll make a bit more sense, Because, I have just heard a couple tracks from that album, but maybe the full thing will make it click a bit more. Killjoy saying, not gonna lie, those accents still bother the hell out of me. Like on this one, this accent sounded so forced. I can see why people don't like the accents on Relapse. It's just, they've grown on me because, like, they're used to sort of enhance the technicality in a way. And I'll take it in some ways I'll take it over like robotic, choppy sounding Eminem, because sometimes like modern day Eminem is trying to be so technical that he does it in a way that does sound kind of robotic and unnatural. But with these accents, I think there's a certain fluidity to it that actually kind of make it work for me. I'm gonna give that one a 9. I love 3 AM. I think it's a classic Eminem track. Hell yeah. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. You gonna rate the tracks for this re-listen? Absolutely, Movie Madman. I'll be rating every track on here. Blake is saying, I heard the songs with the F slur on this album and I didn't get angry. Hey, well, that's saying something. Yeah, quick heads up for anyone who's never heard Relapse before. That word is on here. The old F slur, so just be prepared for that. So let's see what we're going to get. Well, I know what we're going to get, but let's see how it sounds on this re-listen. Going into track number 3, My Mom Loves Valium and Lots of Drugs. Also, fun little fact. Both of these tracks, 3 AM and My Mom, are 5 minutes, 19 seconds long. Also, I didn't expect this, but on Spotify, My Mom is more streamed than 3 AM. That's bizarre to me. I thought 3 AM would be like one of the biggest tracks on here, but it's got 60 million streams. My Mom has 98 million. I didn't think that was the bigger track on Spotify at all. That's very surprising to me. Let's get into it. Yeah.
Okay.
More fun beat on this one.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna lay the chorus first.
Here we go now.
My mom loved Valium and lots of drugs. That's why I am like I am, 'cause I'm like her. Because my mom loved Valium and lots.
Also, real quick, we might get a copyright block during this album. If we do, we'll just start a new stream and pick it up from there.
I know you're probably tired of hearing
About my mom. Oh ho ho ho.
But this is just the story of when I was just a shorty and how I became
hooked on Valium.
Valium was in everything, food that I ate, the water that I drank, fucking peas in my plate. She sprinkled just enough of it to season my steak. So every day I'd have at least 3 stomach aches. Now tell me, what kind of mother would want to see her son grow up to be an under a fucking achiever? My teacher didn't think I was gonna be nothing either. What the fuck you sticking gum up under the fucking seat for? Mrs. Mathers, your son has been humping ether.
Remember kids, drugs are bad, okay? A little bit of an MMLP throwback almost, Alex.
I was buzzing, but it wasn't what she thought.
Classic track, The Kids.
You ain't my keeper, I'm sleeping. What the fuck you keep on fucking with me for? Slut, you need to leave me the fuck alone, I ain't playing. Go find you a white crayon and color a fucking zebra. My mom loved Valium and lots of drugs. That's why I am.
This is really a song that only Eminem could make. From anyone else, this would be so unexpected.
That's why I'm on what I'm on, 'cause I'm my mom. Wait a minute, this ain't dinner, this is paint dinner. You ate it yesterday, I ain't hear no complaints, did I?
This ain't dinner,
now here's
this
a
is
plate
paint
full of
dinner.
painkillers. Now just wait till I crush the Valium and put it in your potatoes. You little motherfucker, I'll make you sit there and make that retarded fucking face without even tasting it. You better lick the fucking plate, you ain't wasting it. Put your face in it before I throw you in the basement again. And I ain't giving in, you're gonna just sit there in one fucking place, spinning till next Thanksgiving.
It's such a lively track.
I use the same shit again, and when I make spinach dip, it'll be placed in the shit. You little shit wanna sit there and play innocent. A rack felon hit me in Kmart and they witnessed it. Child support, your father, he ain't sent the shit, and so what if he did? It's none of your dang business, kid. My mom.
Child support, your father, he ain't sent the shit, and so what if he did? It's none of your dang business, kid. What I'm high on.
My mom loved Valium and lots of drugs. That's why I am like I am.
My friend really loves this album. He used to quote bars from it. What bars, Richie? We're doing a check.
That's why I'm on what I'm on, 'cause I'm my mom.
My mom loved Valium. Now all I am is a party animal. I am what I am.
But I'm strong to the finish with me Valium spinach. But my bars only last about 2 minutes. But I don't wanna swallow it without chewing it.
Oh my god, the auto tune in this part.
Without you in it, my Valium, my Valium. Man, I never thought that I could ever be a drug addict. Nah, fuck that, I can't have that happen to me. But that's actually what has ended up happening. The tragedy, the fucking passing it up, catching me, and it's probably where I got acquainted with the taste, ain't it? Pharmaceuticals to the bomb, mom, beautiful. She killed the fucking dog with the medicine, she done fed it. Feed it a fucking aspirin and say that it has a headache. Here, want a snack? You hungry, you fucking brat? Look at that, it's a Xanax.
Ron Brad's ass auto tune, yeah. Come on, soundboard, come on.
And a Heath Ledger bobblehead. My mom loved Valium.
What an insane track. Well, insane is next.
Like I am, 'cause I'm like her. Because my mom loved Valium and
lots of drugs.
That's why I'm on
what I'm on, 'cause I'm my mom.
My mom, I'm just like her. My mom, my mom, my mom.
Mama.
Sorry, Mom.
Why was that like? That was like a iDubbbz' old like European accent that he did.
This shit is hella hard, homie. Yo, take us on out of here.
Dr. Dre was in his bag with this one, man. We really need to appreciate how hard Dr. Dre was snapping in 2009 for these beats, 2008, 2009. Because this one is great as well. It's such a lively instrumental. It's, I think it could be suitably described as bombastic. And, you know, this is I think the first song that really dives more into the addiction aspect of everything. It's this weird thing with Eminem tracks where, you know, you kind of look back at them and you're like, huh, like, I do love these songs, but it is kind of crazy how, like, you know, the people in his life, they had no say really about these tracks being made, you know, about them. And, you know, now there's all this stuff about his, you know, I'm not saying, not necessarily, you know, commenting on what things were like between him and his mother, but like even tracks about Kim, it's like you look back at them and you're like, man, it's kind of crazy that like one of the biggest artists in the world put tracks out that are like this revealing about, you know, real people who really exist in his life, but they sort of like are characters, quote unquote, within his music now, with stuff like this being said about them. But basically what this track did was, you know, it took the whole thing about his mom supposedly being an addict and sort of like exaggerated that in a way to a degree, talking about her like sprinkling drugs on his steak, you know, pulling it to like a hyperbolic level, which, you know, makes the track very colorful, very animated, but then it's actually used as a way to talk about, you know, sort of like the cycle of addiction. Like if you have a parent that's addicted, it's very likely that you can become an addict yourself, and he kind of dives into that within this track, which is a very like comedic style of song, but, you know, genuinely sort of tackles that, you know, addiction side of things as well, and fully dives into that. I think this is a pretty great track. The Dr. Dre production is great. Eminem's flows are really solid again. The rhyme schemes are stacked, and yeah, I think it's a really enjoyable one. This is probably like an 8 for me.
That's good.
Crazy song, but you know, overall I would say an enjoyable one. Hot take, Relapse is crap. You know, it's definitely not everyone's cup of tea, second in command, to be fair. I could see why people wouldn't like it. I really like this album quite a lot now, but I think there's flaws here and there, which we'll definitely dive into as we go further throughout it. But yeah, I'm very happy to be doing a re-listen right now, you know? Movie Man, thank you for the super chat right here, man. I told her I'd grow up to be a famous rapper, make a record about doing drugs and name it after her. Eminem on my name is. You know, he said that in what, like 1999? Maybe 1998. I can't remember if that was a 98 single. You know, obviously the album came out in 99, but he stayed true to his word there. He did do it. He did do it. So that's almost like a reference back to SSLP. You know, he did it a decade later. So the next one we got to follow that up, we're getting copyright warnings for each of these tracks, by the way, which is why I mentioned stream might get blocked at some point on YouTube, not on Twitch. If it does, we'll just start a new stream and you can join back up over there. So yeah, next song is Insane, which the track itself lives up to the title. I remember when I was younger, I didn't love this one because I felt like it was just a bit too much lyrically. It gets a little, how would I even describe it? A lot of the bars are quite molesty. So if that's not your thing, you know, if that's something that's going to make you mega uncomfortable, skip this one. Obviously it's delivered in a sort of silly Eminem way, but it's still got quite a like horror-based instrumental with these string stabs. It's something else, this one. It's the best way I can put it. It's something else. So track number 4, Insane. And it jumps straight into it from the first bars.
I was born with a dick in my brain, yeah, fucked in the head. My stepfather said that I sucked in the bed.
There we go.
So one night he snuck in and said, we're going out back. I want my dick sucked in the shed. Can't we just play with Teddy Ruxpin instead? After I fuck you in the butt, get some head, bust a nut, get some rest. The
it just goes
said, I don't know what the
all in
fuck's up
there.
With this kid. The bastard won't even eat nothing, he's dead. He just hung himself in the bedroom, he's dead. Debbie, don't let that fucker get too upset. Go in there, stick a fucking cigarette to his neck. I bet you he's faking it, I bet he probably just wants to see how upset you would
The production on this one is like the score for Psycho. Psycho's a
I'll
movie I
fucking
gotta
brains out
rewatch.
if
That's a
Vinny's
great
left in his
movie.
head. If you could count the skeletons in my
Closet.
under my bed and up under my faucet, then you would
No,
know
I completely lost it. Is he nuts? No, he's insane. The beat is like fantastic. I love those strings. So scratchy in the best ways.
Tried to bite my face off, I just got fucking chased off
With a chainsaw.
Then he took the chainsaw, bit the fucking blades off, ate the blade, stuck a baseball in a slingshot. Then he aimed at his own face, let the thing pop, took his eye out, picked it up and played ping pong. Then he played ping pong with his own ding dong. That motherfucker's got nuts
Like King Kong.
Then he set the lawnmower out on the dang lawn, and he laid all up underneath it with the thing on. Then he took his pants, he took every fucking thing off, everything except his tank top and his training bra. Ain't he raw? Yeah, maniac, that shady dog. Man, that motherfucker's gangster. Ain't he dog? Shady dog. What be going through that fucking brain of yours? Say no more. What the fuck you waiting for? Sing along.
The way he says fuck on this track is so sharp every single time.
Is he nuts?
No, he's insane. Oh no, not the third verse. I just remembered what the third verse is.
Is he nuts? No, he's insane. Don't you know what belch means? Yeah. Well then tell me, would you rather get belched or do the belching? Fuck
I'm gonna go for neither.
Come out while you're belching. Burn belch and go back for a second helping. Can you dig what I'm saying, man? Can you smell me? I want you to feel me like my stepfather felt me. A little puppy, kick the puppy
This
while
taught
he's
a lot of
yelping.
people
Shady,
what
what the
felch
fuck you
means.
saying? I don't know, help me. What the fuck's happening? I think I'm fucking melting. Marshall, I just love you, boy. I care about your well-being. No, Dad, I said no. I don't need no help peeing. I'm a big boy. I can do it by myself. See, I only get naked when the babysitter tells me. She showed me a movie like Nightmare on Elm Street, but it was X and they called it pubic hair on Chelsea. Well, this is called ass rape, and we're shooting the jail scene.
So many insane bars right here. Hey, how's it going, Ben? Welcome, welcome. I'm doing good. How about you, man?
No, he's insane.
We're doing a crazy album re-listen right here.
Then you would know I completely lost it. Is he nuts? No, he's insane.
So, Insane, you know, as the track title says, it's just a song with some of the most insane bars on here. It's about being insane, but it also has, you know, just a lot of crazy stuff stacked throughout it. Here's what Let's see. It's pretty much all fiction, Eminem said. It's a perfect example of a rhyme gone bad. That's how he describes it. This song is the perfect example of a rhyme gone bad. This is one of those for me that's like, man, technically, there's a lot that I like here. I think Eminem's delivery is like suitably forceful and driving. It kind of matches the production right here, right? Because the production just constantly marches forward with those like very high-pitched string jabs that are going on throughout here. They sound so cool. It's like a straight up like horror movie score. And his delivery, like, it's just got this really nice weight to it on here. But this is one of the ones for me where like the lyrics almost go like a bit too far for me personally, to the point that it just like holds it back very slightly. It's definitely a track that's very striking, but it's one that I don't come back to all that much just because there are so many out-of-pocket bars. But I can't deny the fact that the flow and the delivery here is insanely solid from Eminem. Once again, great rhyme schemes. I think this one has a really cool hook too. There's a lot of cool parts to it. It's just like the lyrics are like one step too far for me personally. They don't make me upset. They don't make me mad. It's just one of those things where it's like, you know what? It's not one I'm coming back to all the time. I'd probably still give it like a 7 though. Like the actual musical composition stuff here is really solid. How he says fuck is funny too. He just goes hard with that F. Like the cursing on this track has some impact, you know. He put his heart and soul into that. Yeah, definitely don't Google that, Sia. Don't Google that. You may regret it. But hey, I mean, you know, 7. We've still got a good average rating across here. Killjoy saying over here on Twitch, I feel like this song encapsulates my biggest problem with not only this album, but a lot of horrorcore. You get a vaguely horror-themed instrumental, nothing but shock value, and not a real point to it. It ain't saying much, it's not really creating an atmosphere, it's just an excuse to say some really jarring, very much too much stuff. Yeah, I do kind of see where you're coming from there, Killjoy. I think for me, the things that kind of pull this one around is that I think the production value is solid, and the technicality aspect is pretty cool. But yeah, this one goes pretty far in a lot of directions. I do agree with that. So with that being said, let's see what we get hopping on to our next one right here. Oh, okay. We're going heavy on the accents on this one, ladies and gentlemen. I believe there's some Mariah Carey references on this one. It's track number 5, Bagpipes from Baghdad. Let's go. Oh, this one also has production from Trevor Lawrence Jr. as well as Dr. Dre. That drum beat is gas. Fucking great, man. Some genuinely creative production in here too. More bread, wine, and Captain Crunch. Red wine for breakfast and for brunch.
And to soak it up and in between snack crackers to munch. Mariah, what's ever happened to us? Why did we
yeah, I can't blame you on that at all, Killjoy.
You see, I never really asked for much. I can't imagine what's going through your mind after such a nasty breakup with that Latin hunk. Luis Miguel, Nick Cannon, but the back the fuck up. I'm not playing, I want to back your pump. This is Hello Kitty bedspread.
Yeah, the beat goes crazy on this one. Little Frank Zappa mention in there. Nick Cannon bars. Vernacular for Dracula acupuncture. Be crazy to say the least.
Bagpipes from Baghdad. What's going through my mind half the time when I rhyme while blowing up my bagpipes from Baghdad. Somebody turn the vacancy sign on.
Interesting little vocal effect during the hook there. man.
You can be a permanent fixture in my lyrical mixture. I'm the miracle whip, trickster. My signature sound when the tuba lipsticks around. I'm bound to put it on in an instant. Wow, man, what an ensemble, what an assortment of pharmaceuticals. This beautiful pill dust in my palm. Cuticles get residue just from touching the bottle. Never knew I could remind me so much of my mama. I'll cut you like Dharma, pull a butcher knife on you. The size of a sword, boy, I'm like the fucking red Sonja. Get it stuck in your cornea, nice knowing you, Norman. You're so fucking annoying. Drop the shovel, boy, you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Some great strings all throughout this.
I wish you luck with the fucking whore. Every minute there's a sucker born. Snuck up on Malachi, made the motherfucker suck on a struck of corn. Shucker corn. Hit Jason in the face with a hockey puckin'. Told him it's fucking on. Man, what the fuck are you doing? You're running over the snow blower with the lawnmower. Blow on your bagpipes from Baghdad. When will it ever cease for Pete's sake?
That hit Jason in the face with a hockey puck. I feel like that's a little bit of a call forward to Underground, where we get a lot of like horror movie character references on that track. That's the last one though, that's track 20. We're some distance from there. Oh god, this part.
Nothing will stop me from molesting you. Titty fucking you to your breast. Nipple flesh tickles my testicles, is what they said to the two conjoined twins. How's it going, girlfriends? You need a boyfriend? You need some ointment? Just set up an appointment. Who's gonna see the doctor first? We'll do a coin flip. I just got my 1 year sobriety coin chip. When the bad get going, how bad does the going get? Baby, you shouldn't have any trouble rubbing.
Is that the first mention of his sobriety on here on this song?
I'm going to get the needle and thread from the sewing kit and attempt to separate him and stitch him back at the loin shit. Know the little boy with the chocolate chips ahoy chip. Cookie looky even took me a Polaroid. Bagpipes from Baghdad. When will it ever cease for Pete's sake?
He's crazy to say the least.
Bagpipes from Baghdad.
And wasn't Eminem always this shocking? In some ways, Get Chill. I feel like Relapse is shocking in a different direction, though, I would say. Then the auto-tune again. Yeah, like this takes it in more of that, you know, serial killery direction that I think is different, a little bit at least, to what his earlier music was like. Like this went to like a different level, you know? But what is per taste when you're Eminem, you know? What an interesting man to be gifted with such an ability for rhyming. I feel like Relapse kind of leans a bit more horrorcore than his previous stuff. Absolutely, yeah, that's a good way to put it. See, it's just very much more so in the horrorcore direction. This was one that I think when I was younger I wasn't like particularly crazy about this one, but listening to it again, it's still a solid track, man. The production is pretty great. We had more strings in here once again. Dr. Dre's string work throughout this has been pretty fantastic. Just gonna check the credits real quick to see if anyone else is credited with the strings. Yeah, there's a lot of like, you know, Dr. Dre is sort of like the head producer of everything here, but there's a lot of ghost production credits, if you will. Like Sean Cruz did the guitar on here. Keyboards were done by Mike Elizondo, Trevor Lawrence Jr., DeJuan Parker, and Mark Batson. So Dr. Dre being the producer on these tracks, I guess a lot of it is like not necessarily him creating every element, but putting them all together in the right way and sort of like being the director of the instrumentals. So shout out to everybody who is doing the production work on here and playing a part in it and adding all these extra little elements and layers to it. I think that's important to acknowledge as well, even if like Dr. Dre is the credited producer. There's a lot of other people involved with making the instrumentals, and they're doing some fantastic work on it so far. Yeah, a lot of the bars on here, pretty crazy. Verse 3 was maybe the most insane one. I will not be repeating bars from there, but, you know, we also got the Nick Cannon, Mariah Carey bars throughout here. Pretty fun one. I think I'll give this like a strong 7 to a low 8. Not one of my favorites, but I still think it's a good track. Still a good track. Relatively weighty. I enjoyed it. Head Jason line is so tough. Yeah, I love Underground later on in the album because there's more lines like that where he's, you know, doing like the sort of combating slashers lyrics. Was it hit Jason in the face with a hockey puck and told him it's fucking on? Nice. So, up next, we have track number 6, Hello. Hello is another one that, you know, I was a little bit mixed on when I was a youth. I thought it was fun. It was bouncy. You know, just not an absolute favorite of mine. But, man, I don't think we have anything mega weak so far. And looking through the track list from what I remember, I know which ones I don't like as much, so I'll be curious to see how they go on this re-listen. But yeah, Hello is a, you know, pretty fun one instrumentally, kind of bouncy, bassy. Credited producers here are Mark Batson and Dr. Dre. Let's go. Hello. Allow me to introduce myself.
My name is Shady. It's so nice to meet you.
Ooh. The bass line there? Grimy.
I'm sorry I've been
Way too long. Yeah, you're not wrong, Alex. You're not wrong at all.
I never meant to leave you.
Never meant to leave you.
You see that chick in the gym checking me out? Any second I'm about to stick her neck in my mouth. I lose a pill and I'm recklessly wrecking the house. That was supposed to be
Hang on. You hear the weight in those kick drums though. This is one that I'm really appreciating instrumentally right now. I think like the sort of like basic guitar in there is really cool. The kick drums hold some weight. This may be one I appreciate a little bit more just now.
Where the heck is it now? This the necklace I lost right next to Stephanie's blouse. Man, I should check to see if my mom left any out. Nope, guess I'll reroute. Maybe somewhere in the depths of the couch.
I see you, Killjoy. I'm still gonna yell.
You can't match it. I rap tap tap on your door with the damn ratchet. A tack 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 in a hole with the damn hatchet. A knapsack packed with like 40 some Xanaxes. Shortly come back. I'm trying to score me some lap dances. I'm about to relapse, so baby pour me some Jack Daniels. Formula 40.
Oh, is it on there a lot, Blake? I don't recall that, but yeah, you're probably right. Say hello. Do-do. A little string accent. Jesus. Like Jello.
Girl, I don't mean any harm. All I wanted to do was just say hello. Yeah. My equilibrium's off, must be the lithium. I don't need to buy any drugs, man.
People give me
It just becomes everyday extracurriculum. No reason in
particular, it was strictly fun.
A fifth of rum and 2 bottles of 151. 51 people asleep in my damn living room. Excuse me, hun, but what is your name? Vivian?
I need to watch one of those like highlighted rhyme scheme videos for every song on this album. I don't even know if they exist for every song on this album, but you could just imagine that the page would be filled with different colors.
See you naked and did we of course we did, but didn't I strap Jimmy, hun? I'm looking for the torn rapper, but there don't seem to be one. No offense, baby girl, I don't mean any harm, but disease is something I'm trying to keep my penis free from. I find the package and I'm cool, I immediately run like Speedy Guns, Alice to see if I see anyone who might have a couple of threes. I'm fiending for some, my head is pounding to the beat of the drum. Girl, I don't mean any harm, all I wanted to do was just say hello.
Doo-doo. This is like a dark flip on a late 2000s club beat. Yeah, that's a good way to put it actually, because it definitely has like sort of like club drums going.
Oh, those were the days, they certainly were. It's hurting me to know that I'll be closing that curtain for good.
Word.
I second that and a third. Rush to emergency surgery to try to flush me because of the drugs that he purges. He's no longer getting them $300 for these Percodents. Thus is getting to be where he lustfully surged it in. Pain is hitting his knee and his muscles be hurting him. Tirelessly on the phone trying to rustle up. Muscle relaxes for his back and a couple of Paxos. Now he's doubling backwards and he's stumbling back. Slipped and fell, hit his back, boom, heard something go crack. Now he's up in the bathroom like he's busting a nap. Almost ended it that soon because of the fact I'm just busting my own chops while I'm busting the rap. Resuscitated and rejuiced, so fuck it, I'm back.
Nice. Yeah, this is another one that's a little bit like a sort of like return song.
Do you happen to have anything on you that make my mood mellow?
Because like the third verse talks more, a little bit more about the sobriety within like the sort of like entertaining vibe of this track. Hello.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is
Shady.
It's so nice to meet you.
Love the little scratches there too.
Been a long time. Sorry I've been away so long. My name is Shady. I never meant to leave you.
That rain, yeah, that means we're going into the Tanya skit and then same song and dance. We even have transitions worked into the tracks here. You know, this is still Hello, but it's building nicely into that Tanya skit, which then goes into same song and dance. Honestly, like, pretty strong opening we got going on here. Hello is a pretty solid one. I think it's got a very enjoyable production. The drums have a really good bit of impact going. I like the way that the kicks hit. They feel nice and weighty, and the rest of the drums play off of that very nicely. I think we got like a clap in there, a little bit of a snare. Very, very nice. The bassier guitar in there was really cool. And, you know, I guess he kind of wanted to put the single first with Dr. West going into 3 a.m. Plus it works with like the morning alarm going on after the Dr. West skit. But honestly, this would kind of work as a introductory track to the album because, you know, it's a pretty fun song. But he's also talking about his, you know, previous lifestyle with addiction and pill abuse. And then in the third verse, he talks about, you know, those were the days, they certainly were. It's hurting me to know that I'll be closing that curtain for good. So he's kind of talking about, you know, moving on from that and recovering from abusing drugs. You know, it's something he dives into a little bit more later on in the album on songs like Deja Vu and stuff like that. But yeah, here it was just addressed a little bit and acted sort of like his reintroduction to Eminem, which is kind of interesting, you know, with this not being super early into the album or like a single or anything. It's maybe got a bit too much of a dark sound for a single, but yeah, it very much serves as a reintroduction to this man after a 5-year hiatus. I'm gonna give that one also probably like a strong 7, or still a really cool listen. And yeah, definitely nothing super weak so far. And now we're moving into what I think is one of the coolest pieces of atmospheric production on the album. A song that I've always really, really enjoyed the sound of, and the concept behind it is just unhinged. It's track number 7, Tanya Skip, and that goes into track number 8, Same Song and Dance. Let's go. Same Song and Dance got a great bounce to it, great atmosphere. Very cinematic skit.
Thank God you stopped. Fuck, my fucking OnStar isn't working. I left my fucking phone at home.
OnStar
God.
promo.
I've been standing out here for like an hour. I'm soaking wet, freezing. Thank you so much. Really, you're a lifesaver.
You got in the car with the wrong man.
Get away from me! Fucking asshole! Get away from me, you motherfucker! Get away! Get away, you fucking freak! Get away from me! God damn it, bro! Help me!
And then into the song.
Yeah.
Same Song and Dance. And this is produced by Dr. Dre and DeJuan Parker. What a cool beat, man.
Same song and dance. Something about it, man. Same song and dance.
In the pale moonlight.
I'm looking at you, yeah, girl. You're kinda taken back by
the whole rapper thing, aren't ya?
Probably thinking you get slapped so dang hard, you won't even be able to stand up straight, aren't you? Couple rape charges, people.
OnStar was everywhere in the 2000s. Yeah, I didn't even know what it was the first time I heard this this album.
I think you got your OnStar button inside your car stuff. You out to gas? Do you got the flat? I would hate for you to be stranded at the
obviously you can figure out from like context clues, but
in the back and sit up front. I'm not asking, it's a trap. You just got jacked and body snatched and it's a rap.
So his first verse about Tanya.
For this attack, I heard him say exact opposites attract. If that's a fact, it'll take task force to get you back. Yeah, baby, do that dance. It's the last dance you'll ever get the chance to do. Girl, shake.
And I feel like the chorus is actually like pretty haunting here.
I said, yeah, baby, sing that song. It's the last song you'll ever get the chance to sing. You
sexy little thing, show me what you got, give it your all. Look at your ball, why you crying to me? Same song. The first victim I had, she was a big one, big movie star, a party girl, big fun. She was the girl the media always picked on. In and out to rehab every 4 to 6 months. She was always known for little pranks and slick stunts. And Nickelodeon flashed the little kids once.
Is this
What an
the
event it was.
Lindsay
I was
Lohan
in
verse?
first. I was hooked in at the first glimpse of them buns. Seen her backstage, now here's why I come in, son. Look, here she comes, I better pull out the big guns. Hello, Lindsay, you're looking a little thin, hun. How about to ride to rehab? Get in, cunt. But starting off on the wrong foot is what I didn't want. Girl, I'm just kidding, let me start over again, hun. See what I meant was we should have a little intervention. Come with me to
Little
Brighton,
bounce to
let
that
me
right
relieve
there.
your tension, you little wincher. Murder wasn't my intention. If I wanted to kill you, it would have already been done. Slowly she gets in and I begin to lynch her with 66 inches of extension. Yeah, baby, do that dance, the last dance you'll ever get the chance
It's just
to do.
suitably
Girl, shake
haunting.
that ass. You ain't never gonna break that glass, that windshield's too strong.
But it's also got such an unreal concept of, like, you know, the first one is sort of Eminem's perspective on that Tanya skit and, you know, that sort of murder, if you will. But then in the other two verses, he's talking about his, like, victims being like real celebrities that actually exist. That this one being Lindsay Lohan. It's like it's so weird because it's got a genuinely like kind of haunting atmospheric vibe to it, and then the verses are so out there.
I said, yeah, baby, sing that song. It's the last song you'll ever get.
But it's
the
such an
chance to
Eminem
sing.
way to do
You
it.
Sexy little thing, show me what you got, give it your all. Look at your ball, why you crying to me? My second victim was even bigger than the first.
Pop star icon, the whole works. And then this one's Britney Spears.
She first burst upon the scene, it seemed that the world was hers. She twirls and turns and flirts and skirts so bad it hurts. It irked me and made me mad at first. I lashed out to my songs, but what was really going on was that I had developed a crush. I just didn't know how to tell it to her. Should I cut off one of my ears and mail it to her? Send her pictures of my collection of skeletons or footage of me impaling myself
Very
on
romantic.
elephant
He's
tusks?
a
We'll settle
smooth
this once and for
romantic,
all.
this
I'ma
serial
tell her
killer
at dusk.
character.
Tonight is the night, and tell her I must creep up to a mansion in stilettos and just climb the gate and ring the bell like hello, my love. I just picked your prescription for Sarah pull up. Now would you like to share a pill or two with me? I'll share my volume with you cause I'm feeling you, Britney. I'll trade you a blue one for a pink one. Ever since a schoolgirl, juvenile delinquent, I've been feeling you, ooh, ooh, girl, you sexy little gal. You hold that pill any longer, it'll get sentimental value. Come on, toots, give me the Valium, alley-oop. I'll slam dunk it in your mouth till you puke. And just as soon as you pass out in your alphabet soup, I'm about to make a new outfit out to you. New outfit, shit, I'll make a suit out to your shoot. Now show me how you move, baby, do how you do. Yeah, baby, do that dance. It's the last dance you'll ever get the chance to do. Girl, shake that ass. You ain't
I feel like this one has a
never gonna break that glass,
genuinely
that
like great
windshield's too
sounding
strong for you.
chorus.
I said, yeah, baby, sing that song. It's the last song you'll ever get the chance to sing. You sexy little thing, show me what you got, give it your all. Look at your ball, why you crying to me?
Same song and dance.
Same kid
Prime
in the
Eminem
screen,
gave
same
God
crying
knows how
and
much
sobbing,
less
same
fucks
song
than
and
today's.
dance.
It's a good point, Get Show.
Same begging
Like,
and pleading, same yelling and
that's the
bleeding,
interesting
same
thing
song
about
and
the
dance.
Death of Slim Shady album.
Yeah.
Is like, you can tell he's
Same
holding
song
back
and
on
dance.
it. You know?
I know. Same song and
Dance. Like, it's talking about this controversial character that once was the Slim Shady character, whereas back in the day, he was just dropping songs about this, where he talks about Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan being his, this killer character's victims out of nowhere. But the way I see it within this song, I feel like verse 2 and 3 are like more of like a delusion of this like serial killer character, where because both of them start off with him talking about you know, seeing them like on his TV in like their movie roles, or like, you know, Britney Spears in like the music videos, and I feel like it's like this serial killer character's delusions of what happens after that, and not like an actual story. Like, that's the way I or like, you know, not what actually happened within the narrative of the tracks, if that makes sense. I feel like it's more his delusions, or like weird like serial killer fantasies of what happens. So that's the way I see it with this track. I think it has genuinely great production. It has this sort of like nocturnal, haunting vibe to it, but also like a nice little bounce with the bass that it has going on. The delivery is a little less accenty and more serious on this one. I think the delivery of the chorus is solid. It's one that personally I really enjoy, you know, even with the insanity of it. Thank you for that super chat right there, Alex. Alex is saying, The song, her screams, the dance, her struggles, same song and dance. I think you're onto something right there. I think you're onto something. I always felt this song had a sort of double entendre meaning with both the literal murder M commits, but also the way that tabloids metaphorically eviscerated these women. Interesting, yeah. Yeah, that could definitely be a part of it right here. Interesting. I think it's a very, very interesting song. I enjoy the sound of it. I'm going to give that one an 8. I like it.
That's good.
Although, I imagine if you're the people in question... Hey, thank you for the bits right there, Vimpen. Vimpen saying it's a 9.9 out of 10. Thank you very much for the bits. What holds it back in that, like, 0.1? What would you say is, like, just kind of blocks it from reaching that peak for you? But yeah, I think it's a pretty great track. I do imagine if you're the people being talked about on this track, though, you're going to hear it and you're going to be like, what the fuck? What is wrong with this guy? I understand that perspective on it as well, you know? But I do like the song. Musically, I think it's really solid. I'm in the exact same boat with you there, Get Chill. The death of Slim Shady got worse for me the more I even not listen, but think about it. Well, the Eminem show got better that way. Yeah, the death of Slim Shady is one that I think is just going to kind of gradually slip down my rankings the more and more I think about it. Even the more I do revisit it, I think it's going to kind of decline. Because, yeah, it's something that was fun at the time, but it is kind of underwhelming, and I don't think the concept, looking back at it now, is executed particularly well because of how safe it's played, despite having a cancellation concept, you know? It's like it doesn't even hold a candle to the most controversial Slim Shady moments. Honestly, not sure. Giving it a 10 just doesn't sit right with me. Completely fair. You know, sometimes something just isn't quite there for you. So that makes sense, Finpen. So, next up, I might take I'll take a quick bathroom break before this one, but when I get back, we're going to be continuing into track number 9, We Made You. I think the lead single for the project, but if not, pretty much one of the biggest singles from it. I guess a bit of a hot take, but I don't really like this song. So we'll see how it sounds on a re-listen. Whenever I say that, there's usually, people in the comment. My bad, I accidentally hit the, I think we should be back now. I accidentally hit the insert key on my keyboard, which I've mentioned to you guys before is my stop streaming button, like my shortcut. I accidentally hit that, so I just had to reconnect the stream. So yeah, little stutter there. But yeah, it's one that I've never been crazy about, so let's see if it's going to hit for me a little bit more this time around. But before we do that, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, because we're getting some... The fuck is that? Huh? What the fuck?
Killing joke.
What are these sounds? Oh, okay. The beats started playing, the royalty-free beats started playing before I could... Is that going to start it as a new Twitch stream? Okay, thank God it didn't. It just reconnected it. I'll play you guys some royalty-free beats while I'm away, just because we're getting some copyright warnings, and we want to try and avoid a block on the YouTube side of things as much as possible. But Twitch is always block-free. Twitch.tv/CDTVProductions. Go follow there if you wish. No blocks on that side of things. That beat sounds pretty fun. I'm going to play you this copyright-free beat. Enjoy it, and when I get back, we're going to continue with the next 12 tracks that we have left of Relapse. See you guys shortly.
When I was younger, they taught me to struggle and hustle like 200 bikers, and they were my brothers. We coming for blood, and you running for cover. Addicted to drugs in the gutter, and drunker than anyone leaving the club. We go tougher than thugs. We got mullets and putters and multiple gunners that come in Hummers. You under the rubber, you'll never recover.
It's a bit of a rough mix there. Hey, what is this? This is a rap beat right here. It's apparently a Dragon Ball type beat. Okay. Well, hope you guys enjoyed that. Level with me. How were the beats? How were the beats we had right here? I'm seeing a What on Earth? iPhone review music. That's what that beat is. Oh, God. Well, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the bathroom break music right there. And with that being said, we're going to continue with Relapse right here. That's what we're doing at the moment. If you're just joining in, it's our Relapse Relisten. And damn, Killjoy is saying, I ain't gonna lie, Death of Some Shady went from second worst album of that year for me to a strong contender for the worst album of the decade. Now see, for me, it's definitely gonna be sliding down my ranking of Eminem albums. For me, I wouldn't say worst of the decade, but I respect everybody's right to an opinion, and I can definitely see why people would not like it at all as well. You know, it's very easy to see with that album, I feel. So, yeah, track number 9, We Made You. Let's see if I like it a little bit more this time around. Pretty sure this song didn't this have Trisha Paytas in the music video? I feel like I remember that. Let's go.
Guess who? You miss me?
Yeah, that's it. That's it, Whiteface, yeah.
When you walk through the door, it was clear to me. You're the one they adore, who they came to see. You're a
Rockstar, baby.
Everybody wants you. Who can really blame you?
We're the ones who made you.
Back by popular demand, no pop a little Zen tap for antacid if you can. You're ready to tackle any task that is at hand. How does it feel? Is it fantastic? Is it grand? Well, look at all the massive masses in the stands. Shady man, no, don't massacre the fans. Damn, I think Kim Kardashian's a man. She stomped him just cause he asked to put his hands on a massive Gluteus Maximus again. Squeeze it in, switch it and pass it to a friend. Can he come back as nasty as he can? Yes, he can. Don't ask me this again. He does not mean the lesbian a friend. But Lindsay, please come back.
The accent on this song.
Samantha's a 2, you're practically a 10. I know you want me, girl. In fact, I see a grin. Now come in, girl.
Clear to me. The music video is amazing though. Yeah, the music video is pretty fun. It's interesting. Because it is very much like a Slim Shady style track, or like a bit of a classic Eminem one, but with heavy accents.
Give me my Benelin inhaler and 2 Xenadrin, and I'll invite Sarah Palin out to dinner then. Nail her, baby, say hello to my little friend. Brit, forget Cape, and let's cut out the middleman. Forget him or you're gonna end up in the hospital
Kevin
again.
Federline
And
this.
time it won't be for the Ritalin binge. Forget them other men, girl, pay them little attention. And little did I mention that Jennifer's in love with me, John Mayer, so sit on the bench. Man, I swear them other guys, you give them an inch. They take a mile, they got style, but it isn't slim.
The beat is very creative, I'll give it that, yeah. Baby. Eminem was one of the producers on this one. Dr. Dre, Eminem, and Doc Ish.
And that's why my love you'll never live without. I know you want me, girl, cause I can see you checking me out. And baby,
The little kind of melody there, was that like a xylophone or something? Glockenspiel. I don't know the difference between all of them.
damn girl, I'm beginning to sprout an alfalfa. Why should I wash my filthy mouth out? You think that's bad? You should hear the rest of my album. Never has
He wasn't lying.
nostalgia. Man, Cass, I don't mean to message a gal, but
You think that was vulgar? Hear the rest of my album.
I just made a mess of my trousers, and they wonder why I keep dressing like Elvis. Lord help us, he's back in his pink elf shirt, looking like someone shrinked his outfit. I think he's about to flip. Jessica, rest assured, Superman's here to rescue ya. Can you blame me? You're my Amy, I'm your Blake. Matter of fact, bake me a birthday cake with a saw blade in it to make my jailbreak. Baby, I think you just met your soulmate. Now break it down, girl.
Hey. Wowzers. Who they came to see. Baby. Yeah. it's like a show tunes. It's got a bit of a show tunes vibe to it. Solid shout there, Jake. Down, down, down. Get down, get down. Who is doing the female vocals? It's credited as Charmaine Tripp. That's news to me. I didn't know that before. I'm going back. Oh wow, she made her own version of the track. We made you Charmaine's version. Huh. Yeah, there's a whole version, her version of the song, where she's got like, you know, sung verses and stuff like that. Wonder where you could find We Made You Charmaine's version. But yeah, I mean, it's relatively fun. It's still not one of my favorite Eminem singles. It's very much your traditional Eminem single in a sense. Something kind of like The Real Slim Shady, or even stuff like Without Me, in the sense that it's just like stacked with these crazy pop culture references throughout, which is, you know, very common of Eminem singles at the time. This one goes for this, yeah, more kind of show tunesy vibe. I think is a pretty good shout, Jake. And it's got heavy accents on this one, and I feel like that's always the bit I struggle with this song. Like, the accents feel a little strange on the sort of like lead album single, you know. The hook is pretty solid, and it is fun overall. It's not one that I dislike. It's just one of the moments on the album that I'm a little bit more cool on, I guess. Baby, get down, down, down. But yeah, it's definitely not bad. It's just one I wouldn't come back to a crazy amount. I do think the production is pretty fun and creative. Again, Dr. Dre, Eminem, and Doc-ish were the producers right here. Also, let's see the credits. Hey, thank you, Alex. I'll check that in a sec right here. Mark Batson on the keyboards once again. There you go. Also, apparently, samples Just Lose It. I don't know where the sample is. Oh, that's more of an interpolation where he does the, you know, baby, get down, down, down at the end of the song. That's kind of like Just Lose It, which is a bit of a different tempo. But yeah, I get that. I love the accents. Yeah, that's fair. Like, I don't hate them on this album necessarily, Vimpen. It's just on this track. I think it's a little bit of a strange touch for me. But, you know, it's fine. I'll give this one a 6. Probably like a strong 6. It's not bad.
Nice.
Skelly G told me he enjoys it. Don't you, Skelly G? Mr. Pumpkin. So let's see what Alex is saying in the tips over here. Refresh it just so that comes through. If The Death of Slim Shady is a contender for the worst album of the decade so far, then it must be worse than Tattletales, Come Home the Kids Miss You, Vultures 1 and 2, EA2, Genre Sad Boy, and every Tom MacDonald album. Safe to say, it doesn't make the cut. Okay, so Alex would say not worst album of the decade contender. I would agree that Tattletales is worse. Come Home the Kids Miss You is probably worse too. Vultures 1 and 2. Yeah. EA2, definitely. Genre Sad Boy, definitely. Every Tom MacDonald album, definitely. And Alex is saying also it's a 7 out of 10 at best, in my opinion. Fair enough. So, next one we got right here is track number 10, Medicine Ball. This is one I always enjoyed quite a lot. I think it's another one with really cool production. The crazy bars once again. Is this not the first one where he's talking about Christopher Reeves on the album? I feel like it is. I feel like this has a whole, you know, like vocodery section where he's rapping as Christopher Reeves. So, yeah, let's get into that.
Oh,
You know, I didn't even know who Christopher Reeves was when I got this album, or Christopher Reeves, sorry. Eminem always calls him Christopher Reeves, but it's Reeve. But I always heard him mentioned in Eminem's music, and I was always thinking, like, what does Eminem have against this guy that he always talks about him, like, all the time?
What have I done? Oh no, I can't believe it.
The drums again, man.
It's like I've got the whole
World in my palm, and I'm ready to drop bombs.
Welcome to the Slim Shady Mecca, Rebecca. It's the village in New York, right next to the Tribeca. That's my sector, homosexual dissector. Come again, rewind selector. I said nice rectum. I had a vasectomy, Hector.
This part just reminds me of the interview now, if you guys have seen that. The gay Eminem section.
They say once bitten and twice shy. Well, lie next to the guy with 9 ecstasy pills and 5 extra boxes of ripped condoms and quantities. Why, yes, sir, I took the rest of the Lunesta pills from my dresser. That's my kind of vibe. What else should I try, Lester? Drop kick the bitch before a second trimester. Perform the home abortion with Dexter the night. Yes, I'll dig a fetus out with a wire hanger than digester.
I never noticed that was a Dexter reference right there. That always went over my head. And where does it all end? I like this song because it sounds like Frankenstein produced it. You know what? Accurate. You're in my medicine ball, friends.
On my west side, bitches throw it up. Put a balloon inside your pussy, weep and blow it up. Man, I think that he just fell off the deep and showing up. So you better change the station to keep from throwing up. Man, you seen it all before, you're all too familiar with it. There's a penis on the
Dokes is keeping an eye on Eminem now. What a timeless character. Like, it's crazy how relevant Dokes has been all these years later. Imagine the visual for that.
But the chick so old, she looks like she outlived a life sentence. I never meant this rhyme to be so offensive. If you weren't so defensive, it wouldn't be. You're so sensitive. I guess it's time for you
to hate me again. Let's begin. Now hand me the pen. Slim Shady was the Bay Harbor Butcher. It all makes sense now. It was a crazy beef bar hunter, yeah.
How should I begin it and where does it all end? My medicine ball, you're in my medicine ball, friends. With Christopher Reeves on
there we go.
Cycle with a kickstand. Kick it up and push him and lead him right in the quicksand. Here you need a hand, big man. Grab hold of this branch with both hands. Man, they don't understand, I'm just a sick man. Now everybody's pissed at me like it's my fault. This name rhymes with so many different words. Jeez. So one last time, Mr. Christopher Reeves, won't you break it down for me and just spit the verse, please?
Eminem, I'm coming to kill you. Always hated you and I still do. You'll never feel my shoes, my Superman costume doesn't even fit you, they don't feel you. You're taking this shit too far. Who do you think you
it's
are?
So absurd. Every day I hate you more and more.
Throw down the cardboard, let's break dance if you think you're hardcore.
I guess it's time for you to hate me again.
Oh my
Let's
god.
Begin. Now hand me the pen. How should I begin it and where does it all end? The world is just my medicine ball, you're all in. I said, I guess it's time for you to hate me again. Let's begin. Now hand me the pen. How should I begin it and where does it all end? My medicine ball, you're in my medicine ball, friends.
It is so silly, Sia. It's honestly kind of great. And I think Eminem kind of explains it within that track right there. It's not even like any particular, you know, quote unquote beef he has with Christopher Reeve. I just think, first of all, he finds the situation, funny to rap about. But second of all, he's just like, his name rhymes with so many different words. I think he just has this fascination. He's like locked onto his name because it rhymes with so many different things. Like, now everybody's pissed at me, like it's my fault his name rhymes with so many different words, jeez. So one last time, Mr. Christopher Reeves, won't you break it down for me and just spit the verse, please? Which is crazy multi-syllable rhyming. I guess that's why he loves using the name Christopher Reeves. Spit the verse, please. Different words, jeez. Come on. That's clean. That's clean. But yeah, it's very interesting. The whole Christopher Reeve beef is so silly. Like, he's just an easy offensive target like Stephen Hawking. Yeah, pretty much. For those of you who are not familiar, we've even got the genius annotation to make sure I'm getting the details right here. In 1995, Christopher Reeve, the actor who played Superman from 1978 to 1987, was paralyzed from the neck down after getting thrown from a horse during an equestrian competition. And Eminem has not let it go since then. Like, he was paralyzed in 1995. Eminem is still rapping about it in 2009. What? I mean, he hasn't even been alive for a long time, right? And then, of course, he continued doing it on The Death of Slim Shady. He died in 2004. Like, and Eminem's still rapping about it in 2009. It's ridiculous. But right here, he's saying, yeah, I'm just doing it because his name rhymes with so much stuff. It's not my fault, you know? I think it's completely ridiculous. But it's a really fun track. I think it has some fantastic bouncy production. The drums are great once again. The drums throughout this whole album really have like a great amount of impact to them. Eminem's verses are over the top but entertaining, and the whole Christopher Reeve part is so absurd that I do find it entertaining. Yeah, that Christopher Reeve track on Death of Slim Shady was originally meant for Encore. He does mention that within the Death of Slim Shady, it's like, oh yeah, we had to take the song off the album because he died like shortly before it came out. But yeah, this track, this is another like 8 for me. I think Medicine Ball is a highlight on here.
That's good.
The only thing I'm confused about is why Eminem never gets his name right. Like, it's Reeve. There's no S at the end. It's not Christopher Reeves. It's Reeve. But he always says Reeves. So, next up, we got a skit. We have the Paul skit for the album. 19 seconds long. And we're going to let that run into track number 12, Stay Wide Awake, which I think is an absolute highlight of the album. I love the menacing production on it. It has some of the wildest bars on the entire thing, but the rhyme schemes are absolutely nuts on that song. So without further ado, let's get it going. Paul skit, then Stay Wide Awake.
I just listened to the entire album, and you gotta be fucking kidding me. I mean, with this Christopher Reeve shit, you know the guy's dead, right?
There we go.
And then the whole gay stepfather incest rape thing, I don't have your back on this one. I can't even fucking handle it. I'm done.
You know, let me pause it for a second. I mean, just imagine the label hearing this album and being like, yes, this is the one. They must have been pretty shocked at first, surely. I mean, I know you kind of know what you're getting with Eminem, but again, even for him, this is quite an intense horrorcore project at a lot of points. Like, just imagine the label hearing this. That beat, man.
Follow me. Come with me
to the dark side of the forest. Hey, that's very fair, Ash. Can't be mad at that at all. So dark and oh so cold. Oh, you know what? I don't want to interrupt the flow here, but I'm pausing just to say the second the beat drops in the chorus here and you get like those constant like piano jabs, it's so good. It's about to happen right now. I love it.
Soon as my flow starts, I compose art like the ghost of Mozart. Even though they all say that they're real, I know that most aren't. Boy, you think you're clever, don't you? Girl, you think you're so smart. Come with me to another side of the world so cold and so dark.
A world so cold, a world where only some will go, but none return. When will they learn? Where do they go? God only knows. Stay wide.
I love 50 Cent. Hey, he's got a feature on here, so not too far off. Not this song, but 50 on this. I don't know what you would do on this song. The boyfriend cut.
Sit down beside her like a spider. Hide the girl you might have heard of me before. See her, you're the kind of girl that
that sound there is crazy.
Make your pussy wider. Fuck you with an umbrella, then open it up, but the shit's inside ya. I'm the kind of guy that's mild, but I might flip and get a little
I'm the kind of guy that's mild. Don't know about that.
Disintegrate them babies as soon as they're out her with formaldehyde. Hide in cyanide. night, girl, you can try and hide, you can try to scream louder. No need for no gunpowder, that only takes
Who
all
did the production on this song?
Dr.
Dr. Dre.
Dr.
Dre.
Just what I do when I cut right through your scalp. Oh shit, wait a minute, I mean skull, my knife seems dull. Pull another one out.
Soon as my flow starts, I compose art like the ghost of Mozart. Crazy. Soon as my flow starts, I compose art like the ghost of Mozart.
Come with me to another side in a world so cold and so dark.
It's probably the best beat on the album in my opinion.
My friends don't know this other side of me. There's a monster inside of me. It's quite ugly and it frightens me. But
yeah, you're not far off, asshat. Not far off at all. Thank you very much for sending this one in, Movie Man. I appreciate it, man.
No privacy, but I can see she wants me. So patient, see, I try to be, but why does she taunt me?
The rhyme scheme on this verse is nuts.
So blatantly, but silently, cause I know that she sounds sleep. Who's waking me so violently, and why's he on top of me? He's raping me, she tries to
obviously very dark, but almost every part of it rhymes. It's crazy.
She's scraping me, she's fighting me, she's scratching like some dumb freak. Escaping me, no dice to see, I might just be Ted Bundy. Or Satan G, what a sight to see, I'm dancing in my red panties. I'm crazy, but it's alright with me, man, life can be so empty.
Stay away from me, cause I'm dancing to quite a different drum beat.
As my flow starts, I compose art like the ghost of Mozart. Even though they all say that they're real, I know that most aren't.
Insane production.
Girl, you think you're so smart. Come with me to another side in a world so cold and so dark.
I'd love to see Dre's reaction when M was in the booth laying his vocals for the first time. Like, imagine not knowing what the lyrics are gonna be, and he just gets in the booth and raps this.
But I tried to stay wide awake, or you might have found that by the lake. Soon as you lay me down to sleep, it's your soul I'ma try to take. Pray for light today, right away. Why do they try to fight today? I must make them pay twice as much. Might as well put the knife away. Now I use power tools. How about now? Are you in the shower? Scour you for 6 hours to outage of power outlets. How did you figure out I was down in your basement? Now you must have just heard the sound of my stomach growling from down there. Tyler, there's no one fouler. Bound you, that's how they found you. Face down in the tub, I drown you with piles of downers around.
And then there's like a random Star Wars bar.
Look how you cower, jump out on you now like I was a Jawa from fucking
Star Wars.
Jabba the hut, Betty Baba, it's time to die. Or to not even bother to scream, it don't even matter. Amazing when grazing skin with these razor blades he waves at ya. Not your everyday gamey and bathe me in holy water. Nothing like sun or sand, so please understand there's no gun in hand. Where's the thrill in the hunt? There's no fun in that. Here I come with X. One to act like lumberjack when I'm hacking them up with that. What was that? Dial 911, someone's coming in from the back. As my flow starts, I compose art like
Rhyme scheme at the end of the verse, ridiculous.
I know that most aren't. Boy, you think you're clever, don't you? Girl, you think you're so smart.
Come with me to another side of the world so cold and so dark. Yeah, Dre had the nail biting going on, see ya. Where do they go? God only knows. Stay right away. And then that part of the beat is so sick. Whew. Yeah, that is like one of the craziest songs, like technicality, rhyme scheme wise, flow wise on the project. The beat is so good. I love that bit at the ending of verse 3, just that last couplet. The rhyme scheme is so slick and fluid there. Fun to act like lumberjack when I'm hacking them up with that. What was that? Dial 911, someone's coming in from the back. Like, just say that out loud, and it like just has such a natural flow to it that feels so slick the way it comes out. Fun to act like lumberjack when I'm hacking them up with that. What was that? Dial 911, someone's coming in from the back. It has this like nice sort of like looping sound to it, I feel like is the best way I can describe it. It's so cool. Yeah, a lot of the rhyme schemes throughout this song and the flows are ridiculously good. Obviously it goes very dark. Another one with a very much serial killer focus to it. Very much so. But man, it sounds incredible. The production is so good. Also, gotta give credit to all the producers right here. Dr. Dre is the main one credited. But also we have On the keyboards, we have Mark Batson, who seems to be all over this, DeJuan Parker as well, and Trevor Lawrence Jr. Guitar was Mike Elizondo. There we go. Damn. They put together something special on this one because it's just an incredible track. I love the pre-chorus and the chorus as well, but like particularly the pre-chorus. Soon as my flow starts, I compose art like the ghost of Mozart is crazy. I think for me that's like a solid 9. I love that track. It's one of the best on here. Yeah, really, really love that one. Always have. Always will. It shows that you can still make great music, even if you've got, like, what could be considered, like, quite edgy subject matter. Because there's a lot of people that have edgy subject matter, but they make terrible music. And then when people hate their music, it's like, oh, you just hate it because it's edgy and you can't handle it. It's like, no, not really. Like, there's still music that goes in an edgier direction out there that is great to listen to, and it's like really solid musically or technicality wise, and I think this is a great example of that. Again, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and they're not going to like it because of the subject matter potentially, and some people just won't like the sound, but I think it's solid music that does go in a bit of an edgier direction, but it's not an issue for me here because there's a lot of redeeming qualities to it, if you ask me. So, yeah, that one's pretty great. And then after that, we immediately go into, I would say, one of the most fun tracks on the album that's pretty much just about blazing up. It's track number 13, Old Time's Sake, featuring Dr. Dre. Love the way this kicks off with the whole, like, you know, pilot airplane skit. And I think the beat for this one is very fun. It's not necessarily one of the standout tracks on the project, but I think it's a very fun one. So, track number 13, Old Time's Sake. Great hook on this one too.
Good evening. This is your fucking captain speaking.
Ba, 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 ba.
We will soon be reaching an altitude of
4.5 million feet.
That's
8 million miles in the sky.
Please
undo your seatbelt for takeoff. You will now free to talk about the cabin, the cabin.
I'm Dre from back in the day, from NWA, from black and the gray, from choking a bitch to smacking her face, from stacking up bodies to backing their kids up, from racking up hits to stacking them crates up. I'm still hungry and I'm back with a
love that little squeaky synth as well. Ashler incoming. There it is.
Speak of the devil, it's attack of the rain man. Chainsaw in hand, blood stain on my apron. Soon as the blades spun, run, they run away from. Who wanna play dungeon? No one is safe from. In search of a brain surgeon.
This is the most Dre and sounded beat so far. Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's those pianos. It's so Dre style. For Old Time's Sake, Dre drop that beat and scratch that break.
Just blow a little bit of that smoke my way and let's go.
We're now smoking with the best, the best.
I said one more time for Old Time's Sake. Dre drop
Mark Batson, DeJuan Parker, and Trevor Lawrence Jr. on the keyboards once again.
In the sky like Verizon Wireless. A nice environment, surprised entirely hypnotized by the sound. I surround the hydrants, taking lives of firemen. Say goodbye, here I am.
This has been a good one. I'm enjoying this a lot.
Before I begin to get so high, pussy boy, I can spin. Fuck the handle, I fly off the hinge. Let that boy at the bench coach and throw it to him. There he goes in his trench coat, no clothes again. Baby, make us some French toast and show us some skin. I'll show you every inch grows on my foreskin. Show me nipple, I pinch both and throw up a tin. Now you know it's a sin, the tease blows again. The sorcerer of intercourse, if it's forced, it's him. Don't fight the feeling if you're feeling the force within.
Still managed to fit a bar like that onto this song.
One more time for Old Time's Sake. Dre, drop that beat and scratch that break. Now just blow a little bit of that smoke my way and let's go. We're now smoking with the best, the best. I said one more time for Old Time's Sake. Dre, drop that beat.
I love Eminem's delivery on this hook.
Just send a little bit of that smoke my way and let's go. We're now smoking with the best, the best.
Now with the smoke,
Wait, hold on. With how like present the accents are on this album. Oh no, we got blocked on the YouTube side of things. Perfect time to pause right there. Hold on. New stream Incoming. All right, Twitch, we up. We up.